Hi, everybody, and welcome. Can we can you turn the monitor around, by the way?
Yeah, flip it. Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining us. It is our 7th episode.
7th. Yeah.
Welcome to Zealots of Zul. Yeah, this is our 7th episode of season 1.
We made it, boys.
Appreciate your participation and interest. By the way, just a quick reminder to everybody before we get started that if you like what you see, we want to invite, implore, beg, seduce you into click the follow button.
We are not above. We are not above groveling.
Follow.
Please follow us.
So please click the follow button for those of you who are watching us live on twitch.tv at ZealZaddy. And of course, we appreciate everybody who follows us on YouTube and those who are clicking around and seeing us on our Facebook and other social media on Twitter and the like. But please follow us on Twitch, because that's going to enable us to take our broadcasts to the next level. We want to thank our key sponsor and broadcast partner, the Adventure Game Store and Dragon's Lair and Game Society.
We love you guys.
Round of applause.
Who host us here in the Yellow Game Studio, and we broadcast live here every Sunday. And by the way, the store is and the Adventure Game Society Cafe is ready to begin its operation and to start accepting memberships. So you can be one of the lucky few original members to join, starting between they'll start taking memberships now, I think. Mm-hmm. But October 27th is when memberships begin. So for those of you who live in South Florida, in the greater Fort Lauderdale area, and you spend any time or want to spend more quality time gaming, this is the place to do so. If you are not in the area but you want to come down here and game, there's also opportunities for you to come down. It's literally, along with the new cafe model where people are coming in, the opportunity to eat and chill, game, and do other stuff. It's a very low $5 just to be able to come down here and hang out, and that's going to start October 27th. We really invite you to participate and to to support this place, because it's gaming is a very it's interesting when gaming started, when this type of gaming, organized gaming, started. Role playing began in 1973 with the actual creation of the first edition of Dungeons and Dragons. It wasn't just a moment in geek history. Okay, this was something that although it doesn't have the it may not have the societal implications of the creation of fire, let's say, or the wheel.
Ooh, aiming a little big there.
I will offer that historically it was the first time that humans sat down for entertainment purposes to enjoy themselves cooperatively, where one person did not gain entertainment or win at the expense of another. It was also historically the first time in 2,000 years that a new type of game had ever been created. You had 6 types of standard games that existed before then. You had card games, you had dice games, you had board games, you had plot games, like mysteries and things like that. And you had paper and dice games like Hangman, or I don't know if that little race game that some of us who are of a generation, I don't know if they still had, but used to draw a racetrack, things like that had to do it. But there was no such thing as a game where you sat down that had mechanics to it to help you resolve individual contests, where everybody that was participating was actually, even if you were playing an evil party, more on that subject at some other time, but you were still cooperating with your fellows. So Dungeons and Dragons, and then it's other games that came out of it. It's really history making, and so I want to thank you for as we sort of blaze new trails here for participating in this with us. So let's do a quick introduction, and then we'll get started, and we'll pick up from where we were last week in episode 6. Starting from this side of the array, we'll introduce Jake/Alexis.
Hey guys, so for those of you who don't know me, welcome to Zealots of Zul. My name is Jake Petrovsky, and I play Alexides. I am a fighter and a Koranian noble, a prince out of his own land, and we will see how far that gets me in this adventure.
I'm Mike. I play Atlas. I am a resident, born and raised in Vanishar, and I am the rogue extraordinaire of Vanishar.
I'm Scott. I play Arslan, another rogue of a different ilk.
He doesn't have a PR firm that,
Right.
unlike
who
Atlas.
writes out my press releases.
Yes, the very shadows envelop him. You can't see him. He went out that door. And... Okay.
Exactly.
I just kid. I kid, Atlas.
Hi, I'm Anna. I play Sabine, who's a bard and some other stuff, and I think she has managed to alienate all of her companions at this point. So, on to you.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I'm playing Kepri, the chemist ranger, and hoping to survive to shed my skin another day.
Ooh, nice snake metaphor there.
Snake.
You
I like
Apophis
that.
worshipping.
I've got one note. I might as well play that one string on my broken guitar.
How long have you been holding on
Got
to
a
that
note here,
little
says
one right
never
there?
piss
You want
off
to know? It just
Sabine.
came to me.
Right
That's
in
probably a
the
good idea.
Right in the moment.
Yeah.
Right in the moment. Huh?
Right in the moment. I love it. Hi, I'm Alex. I play Anupam Dewar, the Gudwaran monk who is in Vadishar for a good time, not a long time. Not just kidding. He is most definitely on a mission to help reclaim his homeland and restore his lost order.
Nice. Well done. And I want to thank all of our regulars for tuning in, and those of you participating, you know, right here, we love you.
Yes, we do.
You're zealots, just like the rest of us. So let's recap real fast. What last week, the zealots, having finished their earlier exploits at the at Blood and Bones, the fight pit in the grotto of Silk Vales, they recouped near the at the temple of Baal, where they had where they had brought back Malik, the escaped apostate priest of Baal. Checking off something on the list of assignments that were brought back to them related to this by the archpriest of Baal himself, who wanted Malik, the acolyte, returned for punishment. Anybody else want to? So after interrogating him, pick up and just remind us what we learned.
So we learned a number of things. So we learned that the Watchers of the Eye, and or potentially whatever this group is that Malik is involved in, is really a cult that is devoted to the worship of Asura. And that the other individual that Malik was with was an individual by the name of Zarvin, who is the pain prophet of Asura. And Zarvin reports to someone by the name of Parmenion. We don't know what Parmenion's actual position is, other than he is Zarvin's superior. We also learned that through Malik and through a number of other avenues, that Zabaranth had a second tower, and that's why we were sort of confused. We went to the first tower, and that wasn't where things were. There's a second tower where Zabaranth kept more of his mundane stuff, and that is where the cult is operating out of.
And I don't know if everybody got a chance to. I wanted to. This is what the smaller tower. I don't know if everybody saw that earlier.
Very cool.
But that's what the tower looks like.
Okay, good to know. Note taken.
You held it at the right spot. Like, that was pretty good.
So
Sometimes it works.
yeah, we finished interrogating Malik, brought him back to the ziggurat, and decided that we were going to go to investigate this other tower. By and by, we end up heading in that direction, walked by a number of people,
Right. No, I'm sorry. Keep going.
and
You were all together, right?
We were all together,
Okay.
and as we approached, we saw standing near the front of the tower from some distance off, Zarvin standing there talking to Dorno, and Dorno is Zabaranth's caretaker, the person who took care of his estate.
Atlas, if I'm not mistaken, recognized him from of old as the caretaker, the guy who used to sweep and fix the shingles and things like that. And generally, yeah, you put him in that context, even with with the passage of time. So the two of them were sitting outside, and were all of you together?
Yes.
Okay. And they were at a distance away. They don't.
What distance?
I was actually about to ask.
This is a very important question. How far away
Are we talking
Yeah.
10 feet or 15 feet?
Probably about closer to 30, 35 feet.
Oh,
wow.
It's across. You're across a street basically. You emerged from an alley and okay, well, so so there you see them conversing, etc. And
could we peel off out of their eye shot? Is it
you could do everybody
discreetly?
make a just make a stealth roll. I mean,
Oh no.
I do this very well.
Oh, it's a natural 20!
Woo! Good for you. Not bad though.
Yeah.
That's a 19 for me.
Nice.
I don't do
Natural
this.
1.
Nice.
Yep, natural.
He trips and falls.
11.
I didn't have any negatives to get there.
Cool.
22.
11.
11.
There always has to
Okay.
be one.
All right. Twinsies.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So as
Bad
you
twinsies.
so
Like good
Atlas
skill.
Atlas
This is very sneaky.
Atlas, says under his breath, "Let us withdraw." And as you all start to fade back,
Crash.
Arslan, you move your cloak over your face, crash into this stand of pots, all
Oh,
these clay
no.
pots,
Your
and 4
cloak
of
was
them
in front of
go
your face and
right.
you
They
couldn't
just
see.
and they get into shards, and across the way.
I beg your pardon, I'm sorry. And I turn to make sure there's no face out, and I hope everyone else turns their face. I know they won't.
Yes, everyone else is doing this.
So Arslan, make a performance roll. Would that be the appropriate?
That'd be apropos.
Seems legit.
By the way, if it looks like at any point he is just not buying this whole act, I'm going to bum rush.
First kind of
I'm
number.
just letting you
Shoot him in
know.
the face.
11.
Okay.
And I don't have it.
No worries.
I think we have many worries now.
You see from across the street, Zervin. They were actually both walking inside, and he stops and he looks over, and his eyes narrow.
Furrows his brow.
Yeah, and his brow furrows likewise. But then he turns and he goes inside.
Well,
That was a quick turn to go inside.
Because he also rolled a 1.
That's the magic of the
Right,
game.
that's exactly.
Oh my God, my
right.
performance was so
He
good
saw
yesterday.
something. Yeah, you're right. It was great. Yep. You're
Totally bought it, guys.
Ah.
excellent.
I wonder if that oaf from the other day is still outside.
Excellent. We can begin our plan and burn down the tower.
Was that our plan?
It was my fourth plan.
Oh.
Your fourth plan.
What happened to the first 3?
They're
plan B.
contingent on how many of you are dead.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay.
If you burn down the tower, though, we won't get
I-
our intelligence on the Watchers.
True.
So-
but we will have a dead wizard.
Thoughts? Do we wait for him to come out, or do we go in?
I'm of the school of thought that we should just go in.
I never thought that I would say this, but I actually don't hate Kepri's plan.
Chase them out. out.
to burn it down.
It's stone.
Person.
You know that, right?
Yeah, but we can shoot arrows into it that are alight
Burn
and,
down the
and
furniture.
burn down
Yeah,
the
I don't
interior.
negotiate with
And we wouldn't go to
terrorists.
jail for that, probably. To the black.
Casbah.
Casbah.
So are
Only
you
if we get caught.
Now,
are you all assuming? Well, first of all, there's no way to shoot arrows in. There's no openings. There's no arrow slots.
Yeah, there's windows.
Also, we
There's no windows.
can't burn it down because
And
then we
there-
won't get information, and the book could actually be inside.
Does the door remain open?
Okay, that's also a point that I had not considered.
I don't
but I was thinking more bricks and mortars. But yes, there's that too.
Hey, look,
This
I
is
don't want
why-
to negotiate with terrorists. I'll smoke them out of their little hat holes.
this is why this was the fourth plan, not the first, second, or
But
third.
the temple has. It looks like it could potentially have multiple entrances. It may be worth finding
Can we-
other opportunities.
Can we scout around
Does
it
it
to
look
see
like
if
it has
there's?
multiple entrances?
It doesn't look like it. I mean, it's.
I mean, from
Well,
the picture you saw, there was some
There are windows,
windows,
but
but they're on
and
the
stuff.
second floor.
they're
And they're
more
barred.
decorative.
It might be very small.
Not going to offer too much in the way of a vision inside the tower.
Well,
Just
then-
more of a,
Or to
If
provide
there are no
light.
windows, then our plan of attack becomes pretty obvious.
We
either
smoke
bu-
them out.
Dig.
This is we will call
Going
that
underneath.
we will call that the fifth plan. We either wait for them to come out, or we attempt to bust down the door and go in.
I
the other
think
question.
we smoke them out, and it's much safer.
Did they
we
close the
still
door?
have to reclaim
Was the door
books.
closed?
Yeah, so-
Cliff, or
so
was
these-
it
And
open?
paper
so-
burns, in case you
I didn't
forgot
say
that.
fire.
They
smoke.
closed the door. I mean,
Okay.
this the
You said
the
fire
door that they
outside,
went
you put a
into
key
is
in the
kind of
door.
like
How-
right
where
over
are we
here.
Okay.
So
And
that-
these windows
onto the right side.
here are barred. They're with heavy. I mean, they're decorative. I guess they're windows, but they're not really windows. I mean, they're
They're like
I mean, you could pull the grates out, but that would possibly draw attention.
Yeah.
Must be hard.
To
And right behind that looks like they're stained glass anyway.
Only-
Either way, I
only
think the path
possibly?
of least resistance is just going in through the front door.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to try to see if there's an alternate route in, I'm more than amiable.
That might
to
actually be the path of most resistance.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That depends on how many people are in there, but
Ironic.
sure.
The path of least resistance is the path of most resistance.
From what we know
Why don't we?
of the
Why don't we have
cult.
a few of you fade away? Let's just watch it for a little while to see how many people come
Okay.
in and out to try to get an idea of how many people are in there. I don't particularly want to go into a
building that's
someplace
heavily
there's 10 to 20 people.
Well,
inside.
here's my thinking. It's still early in the day.
Right.
My whole thinking is that there's not going to be that many people in there at this time of day. I would assume that most of them would be there at nightfall.
I would
Making
remind
the
Again,
us.
Yes.
I am assuming. I am
Bad
assuming,
people
to
don't
be
do
fair.
things at night.
I would remind us that one of the things that the arch priest wants is intelligence on information on the Watchers of the Eye and what they're doing. And Zarvan has not seen Attalus and Alexides. It is possible that they could in some way get involved with the Watchers still, if we have not entirely abandoned that plan of infiltration.
What do I walk
I
up
feel
to
like
the
that
door,
would-
knock, and say, "Have you heard the good word of Baal?"
No, but now that we know of their connection with the Surah, we could perhaps get an attempt to involve someone that Zarvan has not seen by having them promote or be interested in a Surah.
The only problem with that, Asura isn't like a household god name.
No.
Asura is like a quote unquote evil, not evil, but evil.
That's
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah,
I mean, one of the a malign presence.
Okay, let's put it this way. It's not. It's like an Apophis sort of thing. It's an quote unquote evil god.
Asura is a demonic deity that was put into a never-ending slumber when one of the giant kings ripped its horn off of its head.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I would attribute it to being akin to going to the Bible Belt and trying to say, if you've heard the good word about our Lord and Savior Lucifer.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it doesn't have to be approached this way. Someone who is posing as a resident of Balkan could be assumed to be a follower of the Surah.
I feel like that would take too much time and research to do. We know
Very
where
well.
the book is. We are currently outside. We are not but a stone's throw away from it right now.
Yes, but he doesn't just want the book. He wants inside information.
Then we will.
Then we give him information about their insides.
I could stop into the check on
I'm not against that plan, actually.
Dorno. I was out of the area for quite a while. Say that I am just checking on Zabarant's interests while he's away. He asked me to stop in to see how things were.
It's been 20 years,
Plausible.
but
Well,
you know, maybe you left a book here.
How good is your bluff skill?
Yeah. You have decent deception?
not too bad.
DM question: what is the nearest distance from, say, like the roof of the nearest building to the roof of the tower? I mean, I'm assuming the tower goes over, but I'm just
No, well,
Get skill.
no, there's I mean, it's a distance away. I mean,
Okay.
probably not as far as you guys are now, but maybe about 20 feet.
Oh.
I have a feeling at some point we gotta go into this place.
What does the roof look like on the tower? Does it look like?
It's conical.
Sloped.
I mean, does it look like it's held up well over the years, or does it look as if it's kind of got like holes in it, or?
I wonder if it's possible to
It looks solid, but it doesn't look
hear inside.
like a fortress or
Right.
anything.
Because there's there's some information we need to gather that just ears might get. If we can hear through a window, we might be able to tell how many people are in. Whether it's worth attempting a walk through the front door is contingent on whether there's 2 people or 40 people.
Yeah. Is it possible to get close enough for us to be able to hear?
The door
what's
seems
going
solid
on
enough. I don't think
inside?
we're going to hear through the door, but the windows,
maybe.
if we can get somebody maybe in the back.
This is why
we
I
can
was
hear in.
asking about the distance, because I feel as if maybe we could. I mean, 20 feet. I think I could clear that on a long jump.
I mean, the problem is that
Will be seen, so we need to do it at night, or we need to do it when from the back. Maybe there's nothing going on in the back, and we might be able to get up.
But you're thinking about
Those
walking by
window
one of the
cleaners.
doors or going to one of the doors.
Actually, we're thinking about getting up to a
I was-
second story window to listen through the glass, because that we will hear more
I see.
than we would through a door. The door looks like it's solid enough. We're not going
Okay.
to hear anything.
That's why I wanted to just kind of do a
Yeah, let's
You know,
do a walk
There was
around.
no back door, right?
kind of case
Right.
the place.
You wouldn't really land on the. I mean, it would be literally like you'd be kind of like jumping off something and then landing on the side of the.
Okay, see, yeah, that's why I was asking. It's higher than the.
Well, no, it's not. It's not. But there's no. It's not like a roof. It's a
Yeah.
conical. You'd
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
you know, and then you know. So,
I mean, I feel like there's ways around that though.
The other problem with this line of thinking
Uh-huh.
is if you do get on there and you somehow manage to get in, you are now in the place on your own.
Well, I wasn't just thinking about infiltrating straight from the roof. I was thinking about, perhaps it'd be like at least it'd be an easier access point than. I mean, not necessarily like for entry, but for.
Just as walking around, Cliff, do we see anybody at any of the windows,
Mm-mm.
or do
Do
we
other
hear
people
hear
go-
anything inside, or
Do other people go there?
Friends, let us just wait then.
I wonder what,
If they are in there, we know they are in there. We will wait and we will see. They know that.
how about this? There's stained glass windows. What if we hide and throw a rock through one of the windows and see what the response is?
I mean, for a rock,
Don't
I
know
would
if
assume-
someone is
outside?
outside and tempting them. There's no kids running around here throwing rocks.
Yeah.
I say we just merely wait, and then when we have the moment, we'll strike.
I was about to say, actually. Is
wait,
there,
wait
like,
for what?
a way-
Either someone to come in or someone to
I
go
see.
out.
I was about to say, is there a Vadasharian equivalent of like kids playing stickball, basically? Like,
I mean, there's always kids around in streets and whatnot.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
Other
maybe
kids
that
around here.
maybe
Not
that whole
right this
rock
second,
idea isn't
not
that
here,
bad of an
but-
idea. I think
I
it's
think just wait.
it might have
Wait to
some
see how
merits
many
to it.
people, who comes in and out.
Right. Okay.
Try to get an idea. I like Kepri's idea. Get an idea of what we're up against.
I mean, we got there roughly at dawn. Yeah.
How many days until the festival?
I think it was 3.
No, I didn't. No,
No, you didn't.
no, I don't think so. I don't think we.
Okay.
we said. It's at least a week.
Okay. Because we gotta do something significant before that point.
What about a bag with dog poop in it that we light on fire?
Stop.
No, I understand your point, though.
My sandals.
My sandals. Oh, I was barefooted.
Ooh, it's the voice. Oh, why would you be
So find a vantage point that we can
Yeah.
watch from, but
We will watch.
not be easily detected.
Who are
that
we
we're
planning to overtake?
Is a week in Zul 7-8?
Yes. By the way, I would. Well, when you get close to the windows, I mean, you see that they're already kind of smashed out. You know.
Oh.
We will watch the tower.
I mean, this place has been.
Looks like the caretaker hasn't been doing his job too much.
Well, I mean, it's not. The place.
getting
The,
up.
the place looks like it's. It doesn't look like it's abandoned, but it doesn't look like it's.
He's getting
in
up
its,
there
low.
in
in its
years.
prime.
Right.
He's getting up there in years. He can't climb that.
Well,
with
I
his
mean,
life.
he's this. Let me rephrase it. It doesn't look like this place has been. Yeah. Okay. It. Right. Okay.
I say we watch it.
Windows are all busted out and whatnot.
We will.
It doesn't look like it's well. The place looks like it hasn't been well tended in a very long
Right.
time. 20 years.
We will watch the tower like Harkett watches the sky.
Why don't all of us watch Tower but Atlas and send Atlas up to listen into a window? Or find a way to hear in.
Okay.
That way we have eyes.
Do you have a
and ears.
relationship
That's
with
why
this
I was
caretaker?
asking.
I do.
There we go. You can even perhaps glean some information if he comes out.
Perhaps.
I
Not a
approve
bad
of this
idea.
plan. Something's gotta
All of us
happen.
keep eyes. You get actionable intelligence on this for us.
And if you scream, we'll know to either run the other way or come to your aid.
We should have some
Yeah.
kind of a message you can send if you're gonna go in and you're walking in. Somehow it would be good to know if there's. As soon as the door's
Danger.
open and you're standing at the door, you'll be able to see in and know whether.
How?
there's
This is
a
the
high-
worst pain ever! Oh my
Or
god!
risk.
Please, no, stop!
Oh god, I'm gonna die!
I lied. This is the worst pain ever.
I'm quite very badly burned.
Perhaps I can signal to you and
Sorry.
these can't.
That was
That's a good idea. So I'll stand on the side you're on.
I'm gonna approach the door.
okay. I mean, you're gonna try to boost your way up towards a window.
No,
I mean,
just
okay.
go to the front door.
Okay.
Knock on the door.
You could listen first.
Oh, I'm going to see my old friend Dorna.
Okay.
Don't you bastard. Get out of here. You still owe me.
Where's
You
my
don't
20
know
bucks?
this. You
I don't know him.
No, you don't.
I didn't.
You were friends with his boss,
Right.
But I mean, you don't have a relationship with this guy. I mean, he.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
Suppose you
rethink
could
that.
be going to
well,
see
then
Zabaran.
that strategy kind of goes out
Because
the
you
window.
saw,
then.
well, if you
Oh,
saw
I could
Durno,
just-
you may
no,
have
no,
assumed
still go
Zabaran
checking
was
in.
back.
He's asked to
Yeah,
check
that's
in.
fine.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Is your wizard
I
friend?
could be checked. Okay.
I don't know. I'm not trying to
Is
say.
the door open or
No, I
closed?
mean,
The door is.
Ajar? Or...
Yeah, it's ajar.
Okay.
The door is
I'll see if I can hear. Just get close
Okay.
to the door. Try to.
Wait, the door's ajar.
The door is open?
I thought it was a
That's
door.
not a trap.
Yeah,
Do I
No,
hear
I
it?
thought the door was
I'll try to
closed.
see if I can hear anything.
Okay. Make a. You know what? I left my character sheet in there. Actually, that's right. I do. I have it.
I hate it when the door turns into a jar.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Oh no, I was looking for skills. Is that on here?
Yeah, skills are the right-hand corner.
Oh, yes, right. Okay. So make a perception check. It's your wisdom, would be your bonus.
23.
Okay.
Just hear doves.
Nice. I do doves the way Coventry does
Sheep.
sheep.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Well, not that way. Nicely done, Scout. We haven't heard your sheep in a couple
You
weeks,
have
Scott.
to watch Crosscodes. It makes so much more sense. I promise.
Do doves die when you have sex with them?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh,
poor
yeah.
doves.
This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Right. Oh, poor doves.
Oh, I just know what. Oh, now I know what that means.
Shout out to Prince.
Oh.
Excuse me.
So
Is he
you hear
Prince or- is he
birds.
Prince
We
or
need to
artist
change the
form?
rating on our stream.
I think we changed
I,
it.
I signaled to Arslan just and Thieves Camp that just hear the birds.
What does he say?
Did you even see him do
No.
it?
I'm watching the tower. For anyone coming out
All
the
the
roof.
ears are inside are birds.
Birds.
Perhaps finches. Hopefully not.
So they're
eagles.
open enough that I could
Falcons.
peek in
Birds.
Why, does he have bad history with eagles?
or try it out.
Yeah, you can push it in. It's not like a. I mean, it's a door. You know, I mean, it's a heavy door, but it's not like a castle door. It's not like a. It's not as.
It's not like a portcullis or anything.
Yeah, it's not right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'll try to
Okay.
push it
Make
over.
a stealth roll for me.
16.
Probably
Okay.
accurate.
So it doesn't really creak that much. It has a little bit of a something in the beginning, but it looks like it's fairly well oiled, or something. And maybe it's not oil. And you see that just from what you can see, there's a you're in a large hallway of some sort. But when I say a large hallway, I mean it's a large hall area. It looks like I mean, it's the building was not constructed obviously to be a temple, but it's a large round circular area, and there is some light coming in from from those openings up towards the top. And
Do I see anybody?
Are there people looking, like watching when he opens the door, like around us,
No.
around the area?
No.
We'll head over.
Do I know of any?
There's people on the street. There's people walking, doing their thing, but they don't really particularly necessarily be paying any particular
Just a
attention.
bunch of guys going into
An
a...
abandoned
Hmm.
building.
Is there any religious significance linking birds and Asura?
I mean, make a
Religion?
messenger pigeons, perhaps.
Oh, that's not too great. An 11.
no. You don't. Not that you know of. I mean, and those birds are. I mean, clearly just above. They're above the door. I mean, they're nesting in some sort of rushes. Just above the door.
Well, it seems course is set. What is it?
Yeah, we come up.
I do not.
Okay.
I do.
Most of us come up.
You do, and you do. What do you do, Sabine?
I stay back in the shadows and keep watching
Okay.
what they're doing.
Okay. And it looks like I said. It looks inside like it could be a large. Well, it looks like a short, like a silo almost when you go inside. Which is what it could theoretically be. And there's a lot of. It looks like the place inside is a little bit better kept than it was outside, but it still looks like this building is in disrepair for 20 years. So clearly, Durno was not. He didn't consider himself employed during the last 20 years. Let's put it that way. So, and by the way, he was. I mentioned they were both sort of wearing these sort of hooded cowls. When you saw them outdoors.
What's the lighting like inside the building?
There's those three
Windows.
windows that provide natural lighting.
So it's well lit enough to be able to see without having a light
at this
source.
point, yeah.
It's morning.
Was it morning or was it?
No, we did this in the morning.
It was
Okay.
dawn, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We woke up and then went to do this right away.
Well, we didn't even sleep.
Fair enough.
I'll go ahead and draw my weapon and put it in my side.
Okay.
I'll have my weapon drawn.
I draw my sword and shield.
Yeah,
Okay.
bow staff's coming out.
Are there stairs or anything around the outside?
No, but you see on the other side there is what appears to be an archway with very poorly lit. You can't really see what's beyond there. It's dark, but there's something. There's definitely beyond. I mean, that continues at some point. There's whether it's a hallway or something.
We should head over there and
Just gonna step in, but
the range is back.
try to get into the shadows so I can make my way.
Right, me too.
Okay.
Right,
Everybody
on the
make
other
a
side.
make a stealth check for me. One and all.
Important roll. Not so great.
16.
10.
12.
23.
Okay, nice.
20.
And
16.
You guys
okay.
are showing me up. Showing
Okay.
up the roll.
And Sabine, make a perception roll for me.
Natural 20.
Ooh, nicely done. Okay.
Plus things.
This is the worst pain ever. So you guys cross the way, and yeah, I mean it's lit enough that when you approach it, you see that there's a flight of stairs that go down, and this is in fact it terminates at the end of the stairs that seem to go down.
Is there also a stair that anything that goes? When we look up, is that raised part that's like the second story? It's just basically circular and it provides light.
Yeah.
And there's no second.
No.
There's no structure. There's no
Right.
room or anything up there.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was, and you knew that this was a storage place. So presumably whatever was being stored was probably being stored underground, unless it was being stored here, which is possible too. But
So the exterior facade of the building being 2 stories is just that, the exterior facade. Of
So is the floor stone or dirt?
it's dirt.
Can we get an idea of how many people have been?
Survival check?
I can do that with a survival check.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Please do.
I will. As I,
Oh, big money, no whammies.
you know what?
You gonna take another roll?
Yeah, I'll use my last luck point of the day that I haven't had a chance to refresh. Here we go. That's better. 13, 14, 15.
Okay.
Just a general check. How many footprints, what have you.
You can tell that
How recent? How old?
there fairly recently were probably several dozen people. Yeah, quite a few dozen people in here fairly recently.
Seems that our
A large gathering.
our wizard and our sorcerer and caretaker flicks off some of the dust. Have had a few companions here of about a dozen or so recently. I'd have to guess within like a night or two, give or take.
Sounds about right.
DM question. What type of stuff do we see in this main room? It's just empty mostly, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, so nothing like really, because I know this is used for storage, so obviously all the stores are not going to be up here. It's going to be down in the basement. So far we can tell there's
No
nothing.
pens for animals or anything? Because they talked about doing something with some sort of...
Livestock, yeah.
Yes. Or any... No?
I mean, none on this
Not
this level.
Okay.
Okay.
There goes my get out of jail free card.
I was going to say,
pretty
I
underground
don't want to tell you how to do it, but
I'd rather know that we
Unintended.
are facing 12 people than
Wow.
2 people.
fair enough. Well, I think that just means they were here recently. It doesn't mean they're here now.
Go to the stairs and
More
see if
intelligence is
can I
always
hear...
Fair.
Listen to see if I can hear anything.
Make a
Perception.
yeah, please.
23.
You don't hear anything below.
Is there torches or is it dark?
It's dark.
Is there warmth or anything coming from downstairs? Like they have a fire running or anything?
Doesn't feel any particularly. Yeah, it's room temperature.
Do I smell smoke?
We're still in the. We haven't gone down. We're still in like the main parlor. I'm gonna pop my head out real quick to try to get eyes on Sabine. And
You see him pop his head out.
To just the general area where we were, just like. Just trying to get the idea that there's an area down, and there have been 12 people. In my crude way.
That's called the hand jive.
I stay back in the shadows and make no acknowledgement to that I'm with this man.
Well, I mean, you're on the other side there. I'm not even.
I do not know this man.
That's called self-preservation.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, let's head down.
Pop my head back in.
I guess we're going down.
I'll scout a little bit ahead and make my way down the stairs. Quietly.
Okay.
Carefully.
I'll go after.
The stairs, do they go straight down or do they spiral or zigzag or how do they go
No,
down?
they go straight down. It looks like, I mean, maybe there's like 20 or 30 steps.
Wow.
In a straight line. And there's no wall along the edge of it or on both sides of it or on one side?
No, there's wall on both sides. It goes down.
Right. Okay.
I was gonna say, should we get a
Down
marching order going?
Into the earth. Yeah. You want to go first?
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
I can go third, if anything, or I could bring up the rear.
I think you should bring up the rear because I think that you're able to get to the front faster
Yeah,
than anyone
I am.
else.
All right, so I'll bring up the rear. I'll go last.
I should probably go down at the same time as you. So if we get into an area where it's dark, we can split to sides and potentially get opportunities on people from either side.
Now bring up the lower back.
I guess
Lower
as long
back's
as
always
I'm out
running.
here making myself useful by watching to see if anyone comes into the building.
Okay.
After they've already gone in.
So you get down. Who's the first person down? You're down.
I'm right.
Okay.
Right there.
It's it opens up into a square room 60 feet on the north side and 60 feet north, but you're in the center of the room. Actually, I have a piece of. I actually have
some paper.
I do.
Hey.
Grid paper. Wow.
We're mapping it out, boys.
Old school.
We're going old school.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, I love it. Flippin' love it. Let's kick it old
That's like the
school.
best pads we ever made.
Let's
Those
get
are
some
awesome.
barrels of pitch.
Was that
light
where you
'em on
guys
fire
worked?
and kick them down the stairs.
Yeah.
Call it a
You
day.
said 60 foot?
Yeah, it's
20 foot.
It will remain one of life's great mysteries.
yeah. You know what? Let me see it, and I'll show you exactly how it opens up. Oh.
What's 20 feet?
No, here, let
20,
me-
40, 60. Then what are each? What's each
Let me
one
see
of
that.
these?
Let me see it. Let me see it. I'll show you. I'll make it nice and easy.
They should be
What's-
2 feet each.
Oh no.
What?
Sorry, give me 1 second, folks. Thank you very much for your.
There's 10 little
You're
blocks.
seeing it here, folks. On the fly, map making,
think we
cartography,
make a
and
50?
DMing all in one package.
This map making is brought to you by our good friends at the Adventure Game Store in Dragon's Lair here in the wonderful Davie, Florida.
Right. In
Davie's
fifth
not
edition,
wonderful.
every
That's debatable.
incremental
That's
Oi.
increments of 5
Oi,
miles.
mate.
Okay.
Oi. It's all
I
right.
personally
Big
really
block.
like Davie, and I'm not just saying that.
You got a problem
I
with
think
Davey.
you are just saying.
Boy.
I'm really not.
You got a problem with Davey, you're gonna have a problem with me.
Yeah, that's not real.
It's all right.
To be honest, it was my
Exactly,
favorite
that's
city
what
on the
Davey's
religion.
Oi. Davey's all right.
It's all right.
Davy's a
It's-
solid okay.
Solid.
Most of that.
By Florida standards, it's
Yes.
a solid. Okay.
By Florida standards,
Florida
it's a solid
standards
okay.
is excellent.
Oh yeah.
What, Davey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say by
Come
Florida
on.
standards, it's more than that actually. Yeah.
And
We've only
I'm-
had
I'm
5 gator attacks in the past week.
Mm-hmm.
2 people have survived so far.
You know, gators are actually very
Delicious.
chill creatures
Yeah.
as long as it's
Okay.
not mating season and you don't look like a dog.
Okay. And
These
so
are the,
where
these are the stairs.
They're also very
stairs are
delicious.
15 feet wide?
Chicken.
They
Each one of those
do
squares
taste
is
good.
5
I
feet.
hate to
Yes.
admit.
So yeah.
That's what I figured. Okay, cool.
They do
Okay.
taste like chicken, yes.
Unironically.
Get to the. So we're coming down, and we can
Mm-hmm.
see into the room. Is there any light, or is it still dark?
There's a lamp on the.
Lit?
Yeah, it's lit.
Like on
It's
a like on a sconce. or
No,
is it
it's
like
on a table.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Mm.
On the.
Is the book there next to it?
Yeah.
Yes, let's get out of here.
About those
Good
Wait.
job, team.
That was
Okay.
good.
We're good.
Boy, does this feel like a trap. Damn.
I pick
Which,
it up.
uh,
Oh, damn, it's a
Which
mimic.
corner is the?
Right there.
This in here.
Yeah.
Over here?
We got the book.
So
All
once
right,
I can-
let's get those barrels of
And it's,
pitch
all,
and
and it's also
finish
got
this job.
it's also got all the plans for all their
Right,
for all the thing
everything's
that they're
all
gonna do.
listed
It's got it all right there,
Yeah.
mapped out in detail.
hmm And there's a guy tied up in the corner, and hey, that's who we need. It's for a minion.
So that-
Good job, team. We did it.
Coming down,
Yeah.
it's like- and
This
there's
worked out
light,
great.
I'll stop, let my eyes adjust, and then see if I see anybody.
You don't.
Check the door. I'm going to check the other side of the room a little bit. I just want to.
Is that a doorway? Is it a hallway or a door? This.
That's a hallway.
Okay.
Oh, looking
Which-
good.
Oh, that's the table.
That's the
That's a
table
bright
where the
light,
lamp
bright
is, and then
light.
bright light and then dim light.
So I'll move away from the light and move away.
Carolyn.
Try to stay in the shadows and
Look up. Is there anything up above us that we should worry about?
How high are the ceilings?
Giant spider.
Four
4
Knew it.
kobolds.
We're not worried about 4 kobolds.
No. What's that, sir?
How high are the ceilings? 8 feet? 10 feet?
10 feet.
Okay.
okay. Make my way towards the hallway
Okay.
stealthily.
You do. Make a stealth check for me.
What's it looking like outside? Are people behaving normally? Is anyone behaving strangely approaching the building?
No, you
But it's okay. I
you
can
had
do
a-
what I want.
you-
Access to it.
have a very good.
Are there any sounds other than Atlas
See.
falling?
What happened? What did Atlas do? He rolled a
I rolled a
1.
one.
You roll a 1.
Okay.
A natural, yes.
Nice. Oh, a natural one. Well,
In that
The only
case.
kind. The only kind.
You think you did? You think you snuck up there? Very
I'm-
good.
I think I'm killing
Very goodly.
Convincing with every step he takes.
Wow. How funny is that? I rolled something similar to what you did, but completely different.
Oh no.
But no, it's okay.
Wincing with
It's
every step he
okay. You
takes.
can make a new character.
So you get to the.
Do you need a new character sheet? I think I have one in here.
You hear that noise coming from down the hallway towards which you were walking. That hallway continues, by the way, for
Can we
another
all
10
fit under the
feet
table?
on the east side.
While we're all
And then
shaking
it
and holding
appears
our
I mean, the
to
light is above the
turn
table.
to
We
the
would
right.
probably
And
actually
on
be able
the
to
west side, it
disappear under the
continues
table
for
in this
another
room.
What is this?
20
until they move
feet.
the lamp.
What is this, Mark's?
And then the opening is 5 feet on the right side. See what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, is there like
I
are
told
there
you you
like
had a nice book. Would you
I'm
hold it
trying to
against me?
think of the word rafters.
Yeah, man.
Are there
No, my old
rafters
book
or is it
against
solid
me.
roof?
Right?
Solid. It's solid. It's built
Okay.
underground.
Okay.
Is any
Right. I'm going to hold a dart and like keep it ready, like in case like anything pops off, and I'm gonna duck back into the corner that we came in through on the stairs.
Everybody make a perception check.
Ready.
We're all bumping into each other.
Oh,
Oh shit!
Okay.
That's a
13.
Perceptione. 15.
12.
5.
20.
What'd you roll?
I rolled, well, modified 20.
Okay.
13.
The 13 as well.
Okay. Those of you who rolled 13 or above feel like you. It sounds like you hear a door shut.
Coming from down the hallway somewhere.
Maybe.
Hear any footsteps?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And the floor in here is wood or not wood? What's the material of the floor in here?
It's dirt.
Okay. Advance up to the corner.
Okay.
I'm still holding because I don't trust this at all.
You're coming up to here.
And you see that hallway goes another, or from the opening, it goes 30 feet.
Once we cartography the entire place, we'll have to show it to the nice people in TV land.
Yeah.
It's a good time to have the back camera over here.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
This one, that's an opening. The hallway goes straight up.
This hallway continues that direction.
Correct.
I guess we don't know how much further.
Yeah.
I'll advance up to this corner and look, see how far down that hallway I can see.
It goes down like he drew it about 30 feet, and then it seems to maybe open up into something else.
How much further does this hallway go?
30 feet.
At another 10 feet past the opening on both sides.
Okay.
I turn on my dark vision.
You had night vision goggles this whole time?
Is that open to a room to the north?
It looks like it continues. The hallway continues.
Which way did we hear the door closing down? To the right?
Yeah.
You want to go ahead?
Go to the right.
I'll follow 10 feet behind Atlas.
Okay.
I'll keep a watch on the left, in the back.
I'll go down with that group as well.
Okay. So that hallway continues down on the south wall. Well, actually, yeah. Then it opens up into it continues along the north wall solidly, and then where it appears to open up to a room on the south side.
Okay, so how much further off on the north does it go?
On the north, it goes past the opening. It goes another 15 feet, and then it looks like there's another hallway to the north.
Okay. And then to the south, it opens into a room.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this goes all the way to the other town.
That's far away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Come up to the corner and see if I can look to the south inside this room.
I'll show it to you. I'll draw it because it's a little.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And we're not hearing noises other than that one door. Like, we're not hearing the shuffling of other people's feet or anything like that, or people talking or murmuring or.
Correct. Applying poison, setting up an
None of those things do you hear.
Pulling back the crossbow.
Okay,
Ballista,
so we're
right?
all clear on the evil plan, yes?
No, let's go over it again and loudly. All right.
God, it's been a long time since I've actually seen the graphing of a dungeon.
Yeah.
We're doing it here live
official
in
dungeon
real
crawl.
time for you guys.
It's so
We'll do it live.
exciting.
We'll fix it in post.
So you open up. You see it. You see the hallway that you're in. The dark hallway opens up to a
5-foot hallway.
a fairly large. Well, not that large, but 20 by 20, 25 by 20 feet, with many benches, and some of them in better repair than others. But and it looks like It looks like some of them might have even been. They don't look like they were all from this. They were made by the same guy, but they're tables and benches.
Does it look like a gathering area?
Could be.
How are we seeing down here? Where is our light source?
Didn't you take the lamp?
Did you take the lantern?
Oh, I could be
took the lantern
mistaken.
then.
Yeah, thank
guess
you. I
somebody
was
did.
making the assumption that
Okay.
somebody that Atlas had picked up the
Well, you know what happens when you assume. Cliff.
right.
We all end
absolutely.
up in darkness. That's
We
what
were
happens.
trying
Clearly.
to
Well, I
Bump
mean, I
into
was-
a number
sure,
of
let's say
benches
that.
and tables.
Ow.
I stumble and fall.
My
We've been
toes
making our
take
way.
three
You can
points of
tell from
damage.
the different types of pain that they
I
were
found,
made by
uh,
different.
I found a
exactly.
flat piece of wood
Right.
blocking our way.
One nail goes through your neck. That one hurts the worst. That guy was a good bench mate.
Right. Yeah.
The grounds look like it has a lot of footprints, like you saw upstairs, like they gathered here too. Or does it look more like all the gathering took place upstairs?
Go ahead.
16, 17, 18.
I mean, this you can tell if you walk around and look around. You can see that this place looks like these tables look like they've been used recently for communal eating or something.
So,
I was
so
gonna
it
say-
feels like the whole place is actually functional right now. Everything looks like it's being used for something. What we've
Possibly.
seen so far.
Everything appears to be recent.
Okay.
This is not a long abandoned shack. It is indeed been used recently, no doubt within the past couple days, much like from above.
Check this out.
If you look here, you can even see a small scrap of meat left over from something.
I mean,
Coming
they
out
could be
this way,
feeding the
Cliff,
poor, or
Okay.
towards the
or
east.
making murderous sacrifices.
Is that a 5'1"?
I will.
It is.
I will bet you my small fortune gained through completely legitimate means that it is the latter.
Definitely not feeding the poor nowadays, even if it's not the
They could be feeding the poor to attract them.
latter. Yeah.
Could be feeding the poor to
How far is it?
something
Or-
for the
or
sacrifice.
fatten them.
Exactly.
Right.
So it continues 5 feet past where over. It continues 5 feet, and then it opens to the south, a hallway to the south, and also a doorway to the north, and the hallway continues east.
So there's a door here. Listen at the door, Cliff. See if you hear anything.
Make a perception roll.
Door's there. 19?
Correct. You don't hear anything.
Do any of the stalls around the courtyard sell herbs and things like that?
You can find a place that sells herbs.
Okay, like without really leaving the area, I'm saying. I'm just trying to get ready for when they drag people back up wounded.
Or come flying out ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like we all just come around.
No, not necessarily. Not really. This isn't the neighborhood. It's
Okay. Sorry, guys, I tried.
That's okay.
But she has bandages.
Yeah, sure.
And hugs.
Yep.
Yes, she's a
At
very
the
cuddly,
split
huggy
here,
person.
Kepri, I'll signal for Kepri to come up to see if he can take a look to see where.
Kepri, what do your chemish eyes see?
Nothing
much.
Got a 3.
Darkness
3.
mostly.
3, 4, 5. Nothing.
Okay.
Unless it's bloody obvious. Tracks are.
I mean, there's just there's people. You get the sense that these are fairly well trodden.
Yeah.
Too many.
Can I take a look at it just to see if like maybe I can glean something from it?
Sure, of course.
Survival. 13. 12.
Nice. The hallways are. I mean,
Bigger
they're
areas?
well used. I mean, they're definitely and obviously
Right.
this one that you just came out of. People have eaten here. All these tables have have been used at some point
Right.
recently. In a
Yes, I can find
in a communal setting. There is a so the you listen to at the door. You didn't hear anything.
I can find no evidence of
There's the door.
the more recently used path.
Oh yeah. I wrote a D for door.
Tracks are too.
Any light to the south or to the east?
And we'll keep the light behind him so that
Okay.
you know
Yeah, there's some
we're
light to the
messing up
south.
his vision.
Everybody make
There's some light to the-
make a perception roll.
There's light in the south.
Perception.
We rolled 18.
I got a 17.
Yeah.
That's a
We're
22
seeing
for me.
Okay.
A 7.
You
Four.
smell something that smells.
Pungent.
Yeah, but it smells like something's cooking.
How far down to the south does that hallway go? Before I see the light.
10 feet to the
You're
south,
hungry.
you'll see the light sooner than later. Yeah, 10 feet to the south,
Don't go into the light.
Carol Ann. Alexides Ann.
Someone's there. Someone's cooking.
You wanna, I like your idea. Let's go back up to the larger hallway.
Just not great. We smelled
We're
it
gonna-
from
we're gonna
outside.
make
I
our-
just wanted to
But
know.
we're gonna make our way back through the gathering area and go back up to that larger hallway and head to the north.
I'm gonna go back to this cross.
Okay. Okay, so where are you?
We're back here at this.
Okay, so that continues from the north side of the of that opening. It continues 10 feet.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 10, 20, 25 feet. And then on the other side of the wall, on the other side of the hallway, it continues north. It's a 10-foot wide hallway. It continues north that same side, all the way straight north. And then after that 25 feet, it appears to open up into something on the right.
So like
That something could be the trap room.
I think so.
4.
trying to get close. I'm getting close.
The treasure.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Half the fun is having him describe it to us and
Oh,
us
absolutely.
screwing it up
Figure
right
it out.
Oh,
away.
Absolutely.
and navigating the wrong map.
Mhm.
Except the cook.
And we're like, we run down this hallway and we turn left. There's no left turn there. What do you mean? I put it.
Oh.
You're wrong.
You run into the wall.
I thought that there was a left-hand turn.
This is why we give it to him to proofread, because if you say we turn left after he looked it over, well, I guess now there's a hallway there.
This is the part where you get the
Thank you, sir.
magic
Oh, there we go.
changing
Okay.
dungeon.
And it continues down as a 5-foot hall. Got it.
Magic changing dungeon.
Come up to the corner, Cliff, and peer around the corner to the right.
To the right,
Yes.
that room is fairly well lit with torches, and it's fairly
So
large.
there's a room over here.
Now we're cooking.
That
Can we
is-
see to the other side of the room? Do you
Okay,
wanna
let me
draw that?
see that. 'Cause I'm
You want to draw the room?
yeah.
Question.
Yes.
On these rooms,
I mean,
there's
yeah.
there are not doorways leading into these rooms. It's just sort of we're walking down a hall and it transitions from being a hallway into a large open space.
Correct.
There are no doors. Except for the one door.
There's no doors except that one door. It leads
Oh,
me to believe that there's a
It
reason
made
for
a
that door.
lot of noise. We heard it, remember? We heard it.
Yeah, that's the door.
I don't.
There is a door.
We'll come back. We'll come back to that.
That's the door you smoke the person out of the room.
We're taking my suggestions to heart a little bit more than I'm comfortable with.
Take a piece of cloth, wet the piece of cloth.
We usually use those as last resorts, not the first.
But they're so effective.
Yes, there's a reason for that. So far, stealth mission goes
Very well.
swimmingly.
So good.
Often these missions are meant to draw you into a place where you can't get out.
Yes.
So
We haven't
it
reached that
opens
yet.
into a
So it's going
fairly
great.
large room with a dais at the end of it, or a platform, let's say, more of a platform, not really a dais, because a dais is more highfalutin than this. This was a platform. It could have been something else at one time, but it looks like it's been
An
constructed.
altar of sorts.
It's a platform.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like a stage, in other words, but not like a stage, not like a,
Stone or something.
so more of a and it's got 2 chairs on it. And again, you're in kind of a scuzzy neighborhood in town. This is a quote unquote abandoned building, so the chairs are nice for the neighborhood.
Not really.
Passed around.
Could I get the sense that this is maybe a?
And there's torches
Those probably.
in the
Yeah,
walls
that's-
that have been added. You could tell that there are sconces. They're not all lit, but
Right.
Is there
This-
anybody in here?
Oh boy.
Roll for random.
There might be.
you don't detect anybody.
I was gonna say, do oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. And also, so on the wall behind you, on the far
He better
wall,
must have rolled real
there
well.
is a large. There's art painted on the wall. Is this large, probably about 5 foot across, 5 foot wide by about 4 foot high, of a large lidless eye. And in the center, everybody make an insight.
I shoot it with an arrow.
Sure.
The eye
I was gonna
closes.
say,
Right?
this looks. Oh,
Natural one.
that's a 7.
Insight. What insight? Eye. What eye? Anybody make an insight?
I got
Yeah,
19.
I got a 16.
19.
It looks like it could be like a stylized moon in the center of the eye. Center of the eye.
So if I shoot it with an arrow, it closes, and then the secret door off to the side opens. Right?
Exactly.
Do I get the sense from looking in this
Do
room
I-
that this
do I know
might
what that
be
means?
a place
know
of
that
like?
symbol?
I mean, it's
Do we know
just
that
sort of.
symbol?
Well, the name of this cult is the Watchers of the Eye.
I was gonna say, does this look like a place
are
where this would
moon
be where they would like
culture. I
deliver a
forgot about the
sermon
moon
or
being part of
something like
that.
that? To does this look like a room where they would like deliver a sermon of sorts?
Yeah, it looks like this could be.
Yeah,
And by the way, you could tell. I mean, if you, I'll assume that since you've been making this, make a survival check, just because you've been checking in different
Right,
rooms
yeah.
along.
Yeah, that makes sense.
9, 10, 11.
Okay, I mean, again, you get a sense that this is a room, and Anupam, I'll having asked the question, go ahead and make a check also.
All right.
'Cause you asked.
What type of check?
Survival?
Am I making? Survival. It's 11.
Okay, you could both get a sense that there have been many people, and having spent time in a chapel of your, back in your own monastery, you could get a sense that this is a place where people spend time on their knees.
Since no one's acting strangely or doing anything around the tower, and they're not coming out with a stealth 22, I'm going to make my way inside.
Okay.
Just very cautiously.
You go very carefully,
Yes.
and you enter, and you. Oh, let's see. You said you rolled a 22?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so you enter and come into this round 2-story sort of
Mhm.
stubby silo,
Mhm.
which may have had, and with the stairs.
Mhm, yeah,
again,
he
go
signaled
into
to
the
me
side.
where they were going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's poking the head out and going.
Right.
Oh.
It wasn't a proposition. It was just,
Right. Yeah. It's like,
Called
all right,
deniability
Deniability,
You know.
plausible deniability.
I'm old
I
enough
was
to
just
be
telling
familiar
you.
with-
Yeah, I was just telling you where we were
Right.
going. Yeah.
For a good time.
Could be deniable.
For a good time to descend the stairs.
For a good
Right.
time, go down the mysterious hole.
Come
Right.
down the stairs.
Mhm.
Come to my window.
Step into my parlor, said the spider.
Let's go make my way to the to the far side over here. And
To the back wall.
the back wall and look to the north.
I'm gonna go to this way and look south.
I'll keep a watch on the backside.
I want to see if these connect.
They do.
Wow. It's like one of them their fancy new video
For no other reason than to make sure that it's complete.
Yes. Well, I mean, you got
His
it.
OCD just kicked in.
I get it. I totally get it. Well, I mean, it would be horrible if you didn't, and
Right.
it turned out that was
And it
where
was
something
somehow-
horrible.
And there was like a secret passageway down
Right.
that way into like the
Right.
backside of this secret room.
Are there
We've
doors
mapped
down
every
there?
other part except that one square. That's where the book is. Okay.
Look
And
up.
you make your way down to where they are because they're being
I
Natural 20.
nice. Well done.
I'm gonna make a perception to
Just tossed it.
perceive anything, but really to perceive Sabine coming.
Make a
Yeah, I'm gonna
perception
do
check.
the same. Nope.
13. 13. Yeah, 13.
Okay.
That's an 8.
All right. She hasn't gotten there yet. But
Okay.
She,
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I understand. It's good people.
I'm just trying to like waver in when she.
You gonna look to the north? Is it dark or is it lit?
It's
Lit with darkness.
exactly the darkness outlines the. It's dark, but you can see you. It's not pitch black.
Gonna make my way forward.
Which way are you going? Okay.
He's going north, down this way.
Okay, so that was the okay. Yeah.
Behind the
Probably-
chairs. or
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
To the pretty.
Okay, so that hallway continues 5, 10, 15, 20, 20 feet north,
Okay.
and then there's an opening. There's an opening really 17.5 feet on the right side.
Want to throw in a few quarters?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's 5 feet wide. And then the hallway continues north.
Sure, it's not like 6.5.
Right. Why
As we
stop
walk
there,
towards
right?
narrowing.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Until
For a
someone
penny in
gets
for a
stuck.
pound.
Like,
And
oh,
then
no.
on the east, on the west side, that hallway continues the full 20 feet, and then it opens into a hallway to the left, 5 feet wide, and then the hallway continues to the north. Yep. Yep.
5-foot passages.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Brutal.
Gonna look to the east,
To the right.
to the right.
Okay. There are
Yes, because I'm sure they could tell in very great detail.
Yeah.
there are steps going down.
She got like a
Mhm.
camera right over my head.
Could be a
Yeah.
cellar. Or it could
Some
be-
steps going
Yeah,
down.
we might want to actually
Yeah,
get in
sure.
front of the camera and
Yeah.
show.
What we got so far?
Okay, that's how many more feet? Or there's steps are just right there.
Right.
Okay. My OCD is gonna kick in. Gotta make this look pretty.
Mine's fine right here.
No, thank you. Wait, hold on, I gotta draw the walls with the thicker one.
You're seeing it here live, folks.
That's right.
That's
Um,
right.
A breakdown of.
I'll listen down the stairs to see if I hear anything.
Okay. You don't.
Okay. Continue to the north and look to the west.
I will move up to where the cellar, presumable cellar steps start,
Yeah.
so that I can be behind Atlas so someone doesn't sneak up behind him.
I'm
So-
gonna, I'm
So
gonna
Atlas
go-
is gonna keep going this way.
Yep.
And I'm gonna move up to there.
I'm gonna do
Watch
the
his
same.
back.
I will bring up the rear.
Okay.
And I will come up behind Capri and scare the hell out of him. What did you find?
He drops the lantern, catches a cloth on fire.
Okay, so you go to the. I'm sorry, you're at. Where are you?
dead, kid. You want to get dead?
We're over here. We're over here. So
Right. Yep.
Atlas
Yep.
continued
He
to go
keeps going.
north,
Yep.
and I
Got
stopped
that.
right
Yep.
there.
Absolutely.
And then the two of them came up behind us.
Right,
So
and
it's
you-
Capri,
And make a perception roll. No, I'm listening to you.
so it's on it. Who's
I'm with you, basically.
okay? So it's Atlas. Where's Arslan?
21.
You find them.
Right around there.
Right. Why not?
Well, it wasn't a problem until it narrowed to 5 feet, and then suddenly it's like
This is
the,
a good
the
now-
order matters. a
Now the
lot
marching
more.
order matters.
So one thing
Foundation.
we want to
Yes.
keep the light in the center of the group
You
so
think
the
someone
people on
attacking
both
you would
ends
say your
can
name
see.
first?
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
in front, you're
I've
both
had
all
it
blind.
happen.
Okay, so it'll be
So
Atlas,
whoever in the middle has to be holding the lantern.
Usually the
Atlas,
people who want to attack
then me,
say my
then
name first.
Arslan,
Or they are
then
beasts.
Anupam,
In which case,
then
that
Kepri.
raises more questions.
Okay.
And
I'm keeping track of the marching order.
So where,
Speak of a
so
more
where do you go,
literal
Atlas?
up to where it splits to the left, and just peer
Not down the stairs.
peer down the hallway.
We have not discovered anything of real import.
That hallway
Except for a
continues
Common
for
mess area,
at
a
least
kitchen down over,
40 feet
Yonder that way.
and disappears out of
and
sight.
of course the
For at least the 30
altar
feet.
room you see us
Rather,
in.
I'm sorry.
How many? 20?
30.
Okay. Very good.
And let us
And then look to the north.
we're now all caught up on what
Yeah,
we have
CD's
discovered
really
thus
kicking
far.
in.
Which is nothing.
It really
It,
sounds like,
uh,
starting to sound like a
it's very
Led
little.
Zeppelin song.
There's a
It
difference.
continues north. Past that open, it continues north 10 feet on the west side, and then turns,
Turns to the right.
turns to the right. Make a perception roll.
13.
Ooh, lad.
Okay. And who was after you, Alice?
Me.
You were. Oh, so you were following right behind him?
No.
Oh,
I-
so
he-
the Atlas is the only one there. right
Atlas
now.
is like
Gotcha. Okay, I understood.
20,
I understand. I didn't.
15, 20 feet away.
Nobody else is with him. I just
I
wanted
just
to.
we have a chance to like scatter if we need to.
Yes.
We have a chance to ditch him and run.
he's like 15, 20 feet in front
Understood.
of me.
So
Hi.
Yes, he's the only one making the
Five
making a
flank.
saving throw against the
Yes.
traps.
So Atlas is
And
here.
we want to keep the light back too, so they don't see obvious
sort of-
light coming down the
sort
hall
of
too.
backlight
before we
me.
need to.
We're gonna put bells on your ankles too.
This is not good for stealth. Here's the shadow.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? I was a little busy.
okay.
Anything to the east, looking down that, or turn to the right there, looking down that passageway,
Did you catch up to us?
Yes.
There's hallway
Yes,
that goes
I've been
down.
behind you.
and that continues to the east.
Scared the hell out of him.
It continues east
Stop.
for
Scared the hell out of him.
yeah. It continues east.
We each write our
for
own
out of
stories.
out of
Stop.
Say.
A moment
I
for
will
lapse
continue
of
forward.
calm.
Mhm.
continue forward.
To
which
the,
way?
towards the east.
Okay.
Still not hearing anything? Besides the shuffle of
This is
the people behind me.
this is terrifying.
So as
Rather no
you're
curve.
going east, right?
Yes.
Let me see the. All right. So
This is not the scariest thing that's ever happened.
I'm glad it's
We're
not
walking,
curvy.
we're walking, we're walking, and death befalls you.
right.
All of a sudden, you see 8 eye stalks come out of nowhere.
And we're turning the other way, and we're walking the other
What
way.
level? What level are we? The holder?
Bye.
I'm out. Deuces.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Anupam likes to fight, but he's not
The holders
suicidal.
just like to behold things. They like to behold you in their little prison, your mind in a prison.
Mm-hmm.
They're super paranoid.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are no beholders in
I don't think that there
our
are.
world.
I mean,
There may be, but it's in the eye of the.
Don't you?
That's where we're at, though.
Okay. Everyone
This-
gather up
we're in
your
the
sharpest
blink of an
pointed
eye.
This-
sights.
this would be the
everybody
most
grab, so everybody
apropos
grab your
moment.
D4s and then chuck it at the DM.
Mhm.
I have many D4s
Check
for
to
some
see if there's
reason.
anything behind the art.
We did not.
No, we didn't.
That would be smart.
What was that?
We should send whoever's at the back to go just take a look and see if there's anything behind the art. 2 people.
It wasn't a tapestry though, was it? I thought it was,
It was
a.
painted on
I
the
thought it was
wall.
painted on
Oh,
the
it's
wall.
painted
It's
on the
painted
wall.
onto the wall,
Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
That's why we did
I thought it was,
If it was a tapestry, I would have been all over it.
yeah.
He loves that.
Or even a piece of art.
This is a
Yeah, somebody owes me. And
this is a Vadisharan castle, is it not?
I do.
There are tapestries to be examined.
I got that reference.
Indiana Jones. Right?
Last Crusade.
Oh, there's wiggly lines now. I don't know how I feel about this.
I know how you really feel bad and confused. Probably a
What's
little
the
scared.
significance of the
That's
squiggly?
normal
Or is
for
that
kids
like
their
a
age.
cut into the
it just keeps going. And
It appears. Which one are we talking about?
the first one we come across is kind of squiggly.
Yeah, so it's
It's
like
kind of cut into the
yeah,
wall.
it looks like
Oh,
it looks
there.
like there's. It's rough hewn. It's less. I mean, everything is sort of like a little rough hewn here, but this appears to be
Less
even
than
more rough hewn.
more like a
Like it's
cave.
like it's cave-like rather than
Got it.
like hallway, right? Like maybe it opens up, or whatever construction was going on in here, opens up
in a
into
natural
something,
cave
right?
system.
I
Correct.
think I understand why he wanted this tower.
Lots of room.
It's very spacious in its own cramped, confined sort of way.
Oh, listen, Cliff. Both to the east and then to the north.
So
Do I hear anything?
yeah, so to the
Funny you should say that.
yeah, when you say to the north, you mean like the cave?
The cave, yes.
Yeah.
The cave area.
I mean, you hear, yeah. I mean, you don't hear anything particularly. It's like Yeah, it wasn't that. It was not.
And then there's an
This
opening
place has drips
past
everywhere.
that. There's an opening. There's an opening to the south. 5-foot opening to the south.
That is correct.
I will peer and look to the south.
Okay, and the hallway goes 25 feet south along the west wall. And along the east wall, it goes 10 feet, and then it seems to open up into something to the east.
And I will come up to the corner and peer to see what it opens up to the east.
It's a door.
Oh.
A mysterious door. A mysterious door.
I will listen at said door.
Make a perception roll.
He will be
But still not
miming
bad.
the actions for you, apparently.
12.
You don't hear anything.
I signal to Arslan.
I come up. Here to it.
Make a perception roll.
Natural
Oh.
20. Natural 20.
Nice. There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's how
Nice.
you do it.
Nice.
There are 6 people standing in there.
I know, breathing, trying to keep their breath down. You don't hear anything.
So this is what we do when they open the door. This is where we stab them, right?
Is there light or anything underneath?
What?
We can't hear you in the back.
Do you think we should? Would it be rude if we like go in?
That went down. Didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, now we're worried
wonder
about
if
I
being
we
believe we are
rude.
past
to
the
this.
point of good manners.
So we were sloping downwards.
Hmm.
Do the
What was
floors
the name
all
of the,
seem
the
level
guy?
in
Will
here?
the evil
fought that
cultist
got
mind if we come
More or
in?
less, yeah.
Check the door, Cliff. See if it is
What was
locked.
above that?
What was the
It's locked.
name of our pain prophet again?
Zarvan.
Zarvan. Thanks.
I will try to pick said lock.
Okay.
That's more likely to make him kill
Is that
us even
sleight of
more.
hand?
Probably.
Or
It's thieves' tools.
oh, total sleight. Yeah. 17.
Okay. You it feels like a difficult lock to open. What'd you say? You rolled a 17? It actually feels like like it might be difficult for the Great Atlas to open this one up. And then, snick, it opens.
Oh, okay.
Snick a snack.
Schnicked.
What's going? Play a game of telephone. What's going on up ahead?
What's going on up ahead?
Can the people
Check
at
to see
home
if there's
hear
any-
when we whisper?
Any traps or anything?
Probably. That's why we're making it slightly
roll.
louder.
That's why we're doing stage whispering.
Make a
I
perception
see.
roll.
16.
You don't. It doesn't appear to be trapped.
Okay. Open the door.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
I push past Atlas, and I open the door with my shield first.
Funk.
It's an interestingly shaped room. It's here, I'll draw it for you. Where are we here? Oh, it's this.
Guitar
Okay.
shaped.
Huh?
Guitar shape.
It is. It actually is. It is
Oh,
guitar
wow.
shaped.
That's
Bizarrely.
funny, it really is guitar
It
shaped.
is guitar
Ah,
Oh.
we are not sure how we. I'm not sure how I feel
I
about
think I
this.
saw
Yes,
the
none of us are
future or
sure how we
something.
feel about that.
I think I saw the future.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to play anymore. Apparently, you know all the maps. Okay.
What's he paying you? What are you paying him?
The heart-shaped box in the guitar-shaped room.
Wow.
Shaped like a banjo.
Interesting.
It's not all guitar shaped, but
No, it
Get
would be
easy.
an odd guitar, more lobster shaped. If lobsters were shaped like that.
I was gonna say banjo,
Ocarina.
but sure, let's go with that.
It's sort of like it's like a cross shaped in a way, almost like the Red Cross logo type of cross, if you will.
Swiss Army.
Yeah, like a Swiss Army type cross, kind of. And the room is actually filled with.
Gold.
You wish.
We don't know how those runs.
There are many tablets and writing tablets. In other words, tablets that things have had words written on them.
Like uniform
like
tablets?
like slate slabs or
Yeah, but not so much. Yeah, cuneiform type tablets, but
with modern writing on it.
Correct.
they're not
Oh.
chiseled in. It's more like written on or.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
They were clay, and then they were dried upon. You find also several books.
Any books are the book we're looking for?
I mean,
we
it's
should
not a
move
bad
in and
question.
leave the
I'm
door
just
cracked.
saying.
Right.
Yes.
I mean,
let
that's
us get out of
Move
the.
in and crack we're gonna move in and leave the door cracked.
Okay.
Yes, let us get out of the hallway.
Somebody keep an eye on the hall.
Are
Come inside.
these the books?
Yes.
of the-
What
Stay
type of books
outside.
do these look like?
Perhaps.
At the door.
They look. Some of them look like
Stay
old
inside.
books.
Leave it dark.
Make
I was
a
gonna-
Investigation check?
make an
So where
investigation
someone closes
check.
the
I was
door
gonna-
behind you.
Alexides. Well, everybody.
I was going to check
That's
something.
not
So as far as
Okay, but I'll
behind the door,
That's not
watching
good.
the door.
Natural 20.
Boom.
What are you doing?
With a plus 1 in
Investigation.
investigation, I still got a nat 20.
I got a 6.
You got a 6.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
13.
What did you get, Alice?
13.
Oh, we're all doing
23.
investigation?
I think. You're watching the door, right?
I
Or
can
did
be
you?
Ours
inside,
then rolled a
yeah.
19.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so who rolled what? 20?
Nat 20.
21.
Okay.
19.
So 21, and what'd you roll?
6.
Okay. What'd you get?
13.
I'm too busy keeping an eye on the door.
Absolutely. All right. So, Arslan, you find what looks like a very beautiful stone decorative. Do you know what a bibelot is? It's like a stone. Like an ashtray is like a type of bibelot, really. I mean, it's a dish, you know. But it's pottery, but it's not pottery. It's stone. It's carved stone,
Okay.
and it's hand decorated. It's painted. It's blue and red. It's got all the colors of the rainbow in it, and it's been beautifully decorated. It appears to be heavily worked stone.
Does it look valuable?
Asking the real questions.
What did you find there?
So maybe I mean it looks nice. So what? Who rolled? And then what did you roll?
Nat 20.
You rolled a natural 20. So you find one of the books that you go through. It's called the book. It's handwritten.
Okay.
And you, as you're paging through, you go through.
All books handwritten.
Fair enough.
At this point,
I guess I should say what I mean by that is it's written by an elegant hand. is what I
Gutenberg
should-
who?
Like
what?
Gutenberg.
Yeah.
What's a Gutenberg?
Right. It's written by an elegant
Sounds
hand
like a sausage.
rather than a make work hand.
Right.
Let's say.
Gotcha.
And
That's the place up north.
That sounds very Oscari.
and
Or Orabi.
what languages do you? What are your languages?
Common, Zhuanggo, and Gandharan.
Okay. So you read the book. There is a title page and handwritten. It's called "The Book of Perfect Love," and you see the name Yasmina figures prominently in it.
Does that sound familiar to me? Any of this?
Not necessarily.
I'll keep thumbing through it, I guess.
Okay. And one of the things that the book mentions is that, you see that the book was written by Zabaranth, the magnificent Wolfsbane Demon Slayer, and
I too hope to be that humble one day.
one of the things it talks about how
Every legend has to start somewhere.
it mentions a Yasmina's mirror and how the mirror brought him joy to see her every day.
Sounds like he was a peeping Tom. Yasmina's mirror brought him joy to see her every day. You said you knew Zabran, yeah?
yes.
Yasmina was his wife?
No.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Think I found one of his books. Talks about his wife in great detail in this one, actually. Do you recall a mirror that he used to carry with him?
It's not ringing any bells.
I'll, guess I should close up the book. If it's alright with you, I feel like you're the closest person I could get permission from for this, but I think I'll take this, if that's okay. Okay. Stuff that away.
It's a mimic.
Oh, no.
It's like,
And what did you roll? You rolled 21.
21.
And you find a small clay. No, you find a wooden box with a lock on it. But it's hidden. It's not. It wasn't in an obvious place when you found it.
How big of a box? Like that big?
Yeah.
Okay. I take it with me.
Okay, and there's something in it. Okay.
Okay.
Adam, please open that.
You open it? Okay. It's got 43 gold derricks in it.
I take them.
okay.
Thank you.
And they're older, too.
Interesting.
They're not 100 years old, but they're older.
I'll put the box back where I found it.
Okay.
How heavy is the biblo?
It fits in your, it's like about this big. And it has a, it could be an ashtray, except that it doesn't have any, There's no marks.
holders.
There's no holders. Right. It's just it looks like it looks. I mean,
Is there any ash or anything?
there's nothing in it. No. There's no such thing as an ashtray. I'm just saying that.
I understand, but it could be used for like a brazier or something.
Sure,
like
absolutely. But although it's not really deep enough for a brazier, actually, it's not really. It looks like it looks like you would put
On a coffee table.
rings in it, jewelry. I mean, the sort of things that you might hold in something like this.
Like a candy dish.
It's like a candy
something
dish.
that a little money would have.
It's a
Which is
tchotchke
true.
Holder.
Huh?
It's a tchotchke holder. It's a tchotchke to hold your tchotchkes.
It looks like that anyway.
Yeah. Oh, go on.
It looks like that.
Okay. All right.
You know you're yuppie when your tchotchkes have tchotchkes on them.
All right. Well, has anyone found the book?
Yeah, I was gonna ask when I look at the other books, what do I see?
I found a book.
Any books of significance?
They all seem to be personal papers that you get the sense that all of these papers they're all written in a similar vein, discussing how mostly though in poetic verse how Zabaranth met Yasmina, purchased her from the slave lords of Almorak, freed her.
So these are all personal books written
Yes.
by Zabaranth. Okay,
Right.
this is not what we're looking for.
Correct.
We need to continue along.
Correct. And you do
Check the room for any like hidden doors or passages that might be behind a bookshelf or anything like that.
and the did you see you rolled a natural 20?
Yeah.
One of the things that struck you in this thing, what were you looking for?
I'm going to check the room for any kind of
Secret doors.
potential hidden passageways or doors, maybe behind the bookshelf or under them or under a rug on the floor or on the ceiling, like anywhere there might be potential to have either a hidden space or an exit out of the room that isn't the one that came in. I mean, it's a weird shaped room. There's
It
little
is.
cut ends and stuff that
Sure.
potentially could create something like that.
True. That's true.
So yeah, natural 20 so good.
Yes, correct. Get easy. Also, so in that you in the book,
Mm-hmm.
in the same in that same reference to how the mirror brought him perfect joy every day, he it's written, the verse says actually, I have but to say love and experience a perfect love. So whatever that means.
I don't see a mirror anywhere in here, do I?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Seth?
People.
You knew Zabaranth.
I did.
Other than the layout of this place, can you think of any reason, any association that Zabaranth would have to Asura or this group in any way?
No.
Why did they pick this place?
He hasn't been here in over 20 years.
You think that's all there is to it?
I would think so.
Well, is it? Yeah, forgive me for interjecting, but it is also a wizard's tower.
It's convenient. People probably avoided this place.
And the caretaker is is in the
One of
car.
their people.
Yeah.
Take my head out the coast is clear. Let us continue.
You know, on second thought, I think I'll leave this behind. I feel like this is something that if he were to ever come back, he would probably want. So
It's like taking someone's diary.
yeah, exactly. I think I'm gonna leave that.
You don't steal people's diaries to houses you break in? What is this amateur hour?
Where do you go?
We're going south. To the
Let me
south.
see, wait, what's up to the south?
We came out this door and now we're going down this.
Oh, I see. There's no south. I mean,
Oh,
it's-
we're going down.
yeah, it doesn't. I'm sorry, I should have been more clear. That
Just
We need
and
a,
then
we need a
it's
compass going.
Got it.
We need a compass marker.
Totally fine.
Correct.
Well, so far we have discovered.
So if we can't go that way, then we might as well turn around and then go back to the
T.
T and then go to the right.
Might be worth
That
on the
way.
out,
Don't ever go that
breaking
way.
the lock.
Oh, also, one of the other
Really
books that
things that are
there was other
just-
books. I said did somebody else grabbed a book, right, or something?
Yeah, I was looking at the other books.
Okay.
I wouldn't know where this
The
was. It
complete
was
moonology of
where
Master
they-
Golbahar.
I thought as they've already come in and done what they're going to do.
The complete runology.
Moonology.
I can read that.
Moonology.
So they
I'll grab
probably
that.
have a lot.
Okay.
Is it a big book or a little book?
It's
It's the complete master.
it's the complete. It's got to be big. It's this big. It's only 2 chip.
Put it in my sling thing. Okay.
I feel like we're more tomb robbers than saviors of.
It's not dead.
I did not say he was dead. I said we
Go up to the T.
I feel
and
like we are
head
tomb
to the
robbers.
east.
The complete moonology of Master
To
Whom?
the
To the right.
I see. Yes, Master Gulbahar.
Thank you.
Okay. So you go back out up into the. Okay. So on the north side of that, the north wall, the north side of the wall, I should say, which as it passes past that
The T.
the thing, the rough wall that goes down right.
Yep.
It continues 10, 20, 30 feet along the north wall, and then it curves to the south. And along the south wall, 10, 20, 25 feet, and then starts to curve south.
Is
It curves
Are we-
south like it's going around this.
right. Is it dropping at all, Cliff? Is it, am I we descending or staying level?
Seems to be on a fairly stable level.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go up into the curve and peer around the curve.
Make a perception roll.
23.
Okay. It's a good roll. You don't hear anything.
Ominous.
Well, actually, you do hear.
Does this open up into a cavern or?
But it sounds like it doesn't sound like, it's kind of like almost like a.
Acid.
Ah, this is the worst pain ever.
The way you got into my mouth. This is the worst pain. The way you got in my mouth.
It curves and it continues a lot. You want me to draw it in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Show me how.
Please,
this
oh master
curve is, please.
cartographer.
This is where we hear.
So we hear
I'm
the-
really quite badly burned, but I'm still alive.
The wounds are starting to smell like almonds.
I do hear the drip of water then.
Some sort of.
You hear the drip of something. You hear
You hear the drip of liquid.
some drippage.
Or some guy standing there making.
Do
They
I
pay me to
see-
do
well,
this. I don't know why.
I admire the cult's dedication to ambiance.
It's really, that's what it's all about for them. It's about room decor and ambiance.
I admire their aesthetic. I can't say that I can kowtow to their beliefs, but I got to admire their dedication to the aesthetic.
Do we see an unusually floating helmet or some sort of disembodied arm, just kind of floating there in the middle of the hallway? You know, maybe there's a little bit of a haze when you look down it.
It seems more embodied than disembodied.
Yeah, it would be.
Roll initiative.
That's gelatinous cube. We're all gonna die.
Look, we just need to go to that one
I'm
space.
sorry, is that a streamer?
It's
or is that the
smaller and
compass of
smaller and
frogs?
smaller, and figure out a way to get past that
Why not both?
space.
Why not both? That's a fair point.
There's a couple places in there that they could have gone.
Where do they go?
They hid, waited till we passed by.
Where'd you guys go?
They've been
Down the
gone
cave
for
area.
20 minutes.
Where did you come from?
Oh my god.
Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
That's a question I ask myself every day.
I've been married a long time ago.
Well, at least you got the Firefly soundtrack out of here.
Yeah, right? But it's
I can't say it's much of a part.
It's really not. It's not
It's a marginal
an
improvement.
It's not even. It's
We
not
went
even
from
a...
here to here, and then we went back down to here.
Yeah.
exactly. It's like I went from here way down here.
Excuse me, Cotton Eye Joe is a masterpiece of our time.
Loops around.
I don't think he agrees.
Well, he's fine to have wrong opinions.
It's interesting because there's stairs.
Yeah.
Down.
But that's what I was sort of wondering if it was on a downslope, but it's not.
Just gonna go around
Is
and
this
around.
open into a room?
This might be...
And thanks everybody for tuning in. By the way, we appreciate all of your
Patience.
Yeah.
exactly
Well, I
while
map.
they dungeon
Yeah.
delve.
Right.
And if you're enjoying what you're seeing and participating, and please remember to click follow on the Twitch stream. We're going to take a break in just a second here, by the way.
Or subscribe on YouTube.
Or subscribe on YouTube.
Probably
And-
both.
And subscribe on YouTube.
And
There you go.
subscribe.
No
Sorry.
buts.
Fair. I'm sorry.
No ors.
My apologies.
Ands.
And subscribe on YouTube. See, I
Alright.
fixed it.
Sorry, pal, you do one, you gotta
Do
do the other.
everything.
Okay.
So there's a opening to the south and it continues straight. Any sound from either?
No, but make a perception roll.
How is the ground? Is it getting more? You said we were in the dirt before. Is it getting more moist?
Jake,
Would you like me to roll a survival check to see that?
You can make a survival check.
18.
It smells.
14.
What were you looking for? Sorry.
I'm just checking to see the ground that's been dirt so far. Is it getting more moist? Thank you. I rolled a 14.
Yeah, it is getting a little bit more moist.
It smells urine.
It has a.
We found
The air
that.
smells heavy
God.
with something, but you're not really sure what.
Would that heavy be ammonia?
No, you know what? You pissed yourself. You know.
You're a
No.
noble. You've drunk so much you've pissed yourself and passed out.
No, it's not.
You know
ammonia.
ammonia.
Everyone's done that.
From both ways, or
yourself,
from
man.
the south, or from the
No,
west?
well, from where you're heading, you're
Coming around the corner.
well, you're following that sort of
Right.
curving hallway, and as you go down there, it smells. The air smells thick. You smell it first because you're the first one up there. It's hard to describe what it is that you're
Like
smelling.
when you go down into a cave.
No,
It's something different.
It's something different.
And those didn't connect.
It doesn't smell wholesome. It actually. Everybody make a. Give me a Constitution
Is
check.
it
here.
unpleasant or?
It's not pleasant. It's not
That's
pleasant.
that's what we know we're in bad
Natural
territory.
1.
Okay.
That's a 21 for me.
Okay.
It's a
Oh.
13 for me.
Damn.
14 for me.
21.
You really you know what it feels like when something all of a sudden just makes you skeeve.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really right. You get really skeevy with this thing. It's like it's very unpleasant. Sometimes it hits you like that too. You know, it's like and this is what that's what hits you. And the air is thick with it. It's really hard for me to describe, but you have to. Well, it would be easy for me to
Does
describe.
it smell
but-
like death? I mean, does
No,
it
no, you know,
decay?
it doesn't smell like anything you've smelled before. Actually, it doesn't smell like anything your characters have smelled before.
Okay.
Thick.
That used to
clean.
happen to me. Remember when
No,
you
it's
were
not an
like,
axe.
if you were ever in elementary school and you had to grow beans in like this little styrofoam cup with the dirt,
Mhm.
and if you didn't drain it properly, it got like a mildewy, earthy smell. That always made me gag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel yeah. I get skeevy with certain smells.
For some reason, yogurt for me. I
My
don't
question
know
is:
why.
Is it beans in styrofoam?
It's not. It's not.
Didn't connect.
He invented styrofoam
It
just
ended.
I
to
wish
make
that's
you
all
out.
it was.
Alright, can Sabine go on further, or is this like a physical, like,
So,
is this physically stopping me?
I'll let you with Will. You can go on.
And I was going to look to the south.
The soil is getting more moist.
And it opens into a
Yes.
large, dark cavern. And this is where that smell is
Originating from?
Well, I mean, who knows
Permeating
where-
from?
Who knows? Yeah, it permeates from.
Well, we have a large, dark cavern, a less than pleasant smell, and a less than dry ground.
It's hard to tell. It's not. I don't want to say a cavern. It's a large cave. It's a cave, but the cave is a cavern.
How big do you draw?
Not every cavern is a cave.
Oh, you look.
Head back the other way.
I think someone has already.
Atlas looked.
Tentacle comes out.
Gosh.
Atlas looks.
Well, we're going back the other way.
I run in.
Something our characters have never spelled before, which is interesting.
So who's the next in line to inherit the throne after him?
I don't even think he's the next in line to inherit the throne after
That's
him.
fair. Huh.
Look,
Also, I guess we didn't really lose much then, did we?
Oh
well,
wow, that's big.
You die.
Oh.
Ooh, hello.
If you die in a ditch unknown, you don't lose anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's big.
That is big.
Big.
I feel like we should be trying to go back to those stairs and just go down because I feel like this is.
I don't know. I think it may have some merit.
I'm wondering where these stairs go down to.
I mean, I would have.
The lower levels.
We hear that sound?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I am making
do
a
you hear
perception
something?
check right
Yeah.
now.
Me too.
I will do as well.
15.
Natural one.
Natural 20.
I actually have been leaving. Like I can't stand the smell.
Yeah, it's really nasty. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not this. But you know how sometimes when you smell certain types of plastic that's really
Yeah.
like that, it's like it really makes you gag.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but it's not that.
Scott, can I see your book?
But it's got that kind of like I used to have a
Just
puppet when
perhaps.
I was a kid that was made out of some kind of plastic. Every time I got it, it smelled like something. Yeah, just.
I
like
don't
that.
think this is what we're looking for.
I rolled a nat 20, by the way.
Hmm.
I rolled a nat
Something
20.
further, but
For perception.
Yeah,
Perception. Yeah. Just putting it out there.
I mean, it's a big dark cave, and you heard. Oh yeah, so you did hear that. You heard like.
Well, I have just heard something rather unpleasant in the dark cave. We can choose to explore the dark cave, or we can go back the other way.
I like to go back the other way.
I am all for exploring the unpleasant dark cave, provided I am not the first one in the unpleasant dark cave. I will settle for second or third
In the unpleasant dark cave?
in the unpleasant dark cave.
Let's head back.
Which
Yeah,
exit?
yeah,
Well, what's
there.
this?
Okay, let's go look. Yeah.
Well, so much for our heroes.
That is not to say we cannot return to the unpleasant dark cave, but I think we have other things we should look at first.
We want to
Thanks for
continue
tuning in.
down this way. I guess tonight's hashtag is unpleasant dark cave. We would
Otherwise
like to
known as my in-laws' house.
Okay. Okay.
We want to continue down that way.
All right, and we'll take a break and come back in just a few minutes. All right,
All right.
Put a
and
pin
finish
in
up
that.
Zealots of Zul first.
Alrighty. Ah.
Now that camera is camera. Do I say camera
What's it all
unusually? Camera. What's
know.
wrong with the camera? I cannot see myself on camera.
I'm sorry, Mr. DeMille. I don't know.
No, but there's a little. I look a little cloudy. I
Yeah.
look like the
Yeah, not just a little.
Lord of Evil, which is. Oh, we got to take it off of Soul Capture and
Right.
put it on actual.
Yeah, it's like a true form sort of thing.
It's like a focus
Right,
Yeah.
wrong.
it's capturing my soul,
Yeah.
the inner me. It
Hmm.
wasn't like that before.
No.
All those
No,
tribal
not.
people were right.
No, it was not.
Hmm.
What happened?
Hmm.
They're just not focusing?
No, man, that's pretty obvious.
Oh.
No, I mean, not to me.
Have you tried
That's not focusing?
I mean, it's
I'm gonna go
blurry.
to intermission.
Wow,
again.
yeah.
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 All right, we're going back.
Okay.
I think it has to do with the fact that you have a white wall behind you.
You're back.
Yeah, that
Okay.
could be it.
Thank you very much, folks. Apologies for the intermission. We had a little bit of a technical issue at the moment there, but we're back. Are we back?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
I want to thank everybody who's joining us for the first time, by the way. Also, we have several new subscribers. And for all of you who are joining us on Twitch, again,
guys.
thanks very much. Make sure you click follow so that we can take this to the next level. And also, I want to mention, before we jump back into where we were with the characters in the small tower of Zabaranth, we have a couple of goodies that we as a game, as a campaign, and as a resource for your own games, we want to offer you some enticements, some incentives, and some gifts to show our appreciation for you tuning in to us. For those of you both for those who have been here since the beginning, and those who are joining us now, we have the Zulian calendar available for download, which is has all. The Zulian calendar, all 12 months, including all the important festivals, and that is Scott, who is not only one of the co-producers and partners of ZealZaddy, is also a fantastic graphic designer and set that up. How do people get that, Scott? How do they access it?
They go to Patreon/ZealZaddy, and there are 2 posts that were made that are free to anybody. You don't have to subscribe.
Doesn't
or
cost you
anything
anything. No derricks. Nothing.
Not even a shekel?
Not even a shekel.
Wow.
There are more things coming though,
Right.
pretty soon.
So go to
Patreon.com.
Patreon.com/ZealZaddy, one word, ZealZaddy, and you can get the Zulian calendar and the supplement to it, which includes all the festivals and a little explanation of the things that are going on, so that you can have your own. I remember the Balian New Year or the Zulian New Year takes place in March, so Which
That's
was,
good to know.
I always thought that was kind of, well, not March, but in Plautus, sorry, Plautus, which is our March.
Yeah.
Corn, maize, popcorn, Redenbacher. So when last week before we took our break, the Zealots were in the dungeons below the Tower of Zabaranth in the city-state of Vadashar, and they had just come across a large kind of underground cavern that reeked of a very strong, unpleasant smell, which actually had a physically revolting effect upon Sabine, who really felt it in the pit. And had to get some air. And the rest of you are also, by the way, you're all kind of gagging from it from various reasons. But so you decide to leave whatever that unwholesome, that loathsome noxia behind, and decided that you were going to go where exactly?
To the west.
Past the cavern, continuing down this hallway to see where it terminates, if it terminates.
The dark unpleasant cavern.
I was saying not past the cavern, back away from the cavern, you mean?
No. We are continuing along this path, just straight up past the cavern.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yes, we have decided to delegate the dark unpleasant cavern to no.
To no.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
Or
happening.
at the very
guys.
least, not right now.
Unless you, the viewers at home, want to pay us to go into this cavern. Because we'll gladly accept that bribe.
Absolutely.
But we're only taking gold derricks.
It's like,
Only in Derek.
Like I didn't like this character anyway. It's okay.
Please vote with your phones now.
I'm only mildly joking, but okay, let's continue.
888. Go into the dirt, Capri. 2. Okay. So you're heading
West.
No, we're going west. We're not going back up and around. We're continuing this direction.
West.
Just see where it goes.
Of course. Got to close
There's
the
a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying to leave me. Sorry, that's all I needed to say. Go ahead.
Thank you.
There you go. That's what I was going for.
Okay, we're
We're over here now.
right. Okay, so that hallway continues
Past the cavern.
correct, and let me see.
Here,
See
here you
what
go. You draw it.
There you go.
Make it easy.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, this map drawing is brought to you by our good friends at the Adventure Game Society and Dragon's Lair here in Davie, Florida.
Absolutely.
If you are in the greater Fort Lauderdale area, please stop by.
And
We won't bite. We promise.
Hard.
Unless you want us to.
Unless you're into that.
Yeah. But only with consent.
Yes, absolutely.
We're
Consent
really
is
we're really
important.
big about consent here.
Oh, absolutely.
Written.
I didn't consent to any of this.
He's
Sorry.
fine. He's perfectly fine.
We'll go home. They keep me locked up.
They keep me in a small room with no windows.
It's just a part of play. There's a safe word. I
There's
swear he
It's
hasn't said it.
pineapple. Pineapple.
It's always pineapple.
Always.
Everyone's is pineapple.
Everyone's pineapple. I don't know why it's the go-to, but it is.
A bad safe word would be like, yes, more.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, yeah. I thought that's what our safe word was. Yes, please.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
Tricycle!
That one really weird, really long Welsh name in that one place.
Oh my god, the town.
Yeah, that
Oh.
one. That's your there.
But then you're kind of screwed because if you don't know how to say it, you'll
Well,
never
that's the
know
point of
what
the,
you're
that's the point of
saying.
why it's there. It's a
That's
very
awful. You're trying to say, honey, are you trying to say the safe word or are you gagging?
It's Welsh. You don't know.
It's like, what
The,
is
an- the answer to that is yes.
Only I only offer slight apologies to the Welsh. Only slight.
This conversation has devolved quickly, and we return to our regularly scheduled program.
This conversation never evolved into anything.
Devolved.
Up to the corner and look to the south.
Okay. sorry, I'm just looking at my map.
For a second, I thought you were gonna eat die.
I don't know. That one been,
Why?
That one's been rolling good, right?
So that ends in a door.
This ends in a door. How far down? Just right here?
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Listen at the door. I've got a good perception.
Good. Okay,
Did you make perception roll?
17.
You don't hear anything.
Is it locked?
There's no lock on the door. There's a handle. You know, like a wooden handle.
Check it for traps.
Hey guys, check it for traps. Check the door for traps.
Oops. Oops, contact poison.
Yep. Oh, there
17.
Or die.
17.
That's unmodified.
What were you doing? Checking for traps?
Traps, yeah.
Doesn't appear to be trapped. It seems to be a fairly boilerplate wooden door in a not particular. I mean, it doesn't look like a snug fitting door. It's just but it's not
Open.
It's not open.
Fun fact: if we lick the contact,
Any light?
But there's no
it
lock.
becomes ingested.
Okay. Open the door.
Thus, you are poisoned.
The door. This door pushes in. By the way,
Push it slowly.
You can drink
it's
venom and you'll be just fine.
And then it starts to make noise also.
it doesn't make a noise. It actually take care. It doesn't make a noise. It just it refuses to open.
Refuses?
Okay.
Something blocking it.
Something blocking it. So Atlas, I guess, will step aside, and Alexides will push up and put his shield against the door and try and push it in.
Okay.
Strength check.
Ooh, wow, that's not great.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
While he's doing it, I'll kick him in the ass
I'm not very strong.
through the door. No.
I was gonna say, don't look at
Can I
me.
assist in this? roll?
Legs are
that's
stronger than
9.
arms and shoulders.
It's a 9.
A 9.
Yeah,
So you push. It feels like something is blocking the door. It doesn't feel like it's locked. It just feels like there's something blocking it. I mean, you push it in, but
Do you need my assistance?
There's no light in there, right?
doesn't appear to be.
I'll bring the lantern over the whatever little bit of. Is there like a crack at all or not?
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't help anything.
Thanks.
I mean, this isn't what we're looking.
Fair
If
enough.
you push it over, it's
That's-
gonna make noise.
Well,
Let's
just head back.
around.
Yep.
There's no
That
smell
way, or do you
coming
wanna
out
go
of
down?
there that we can tell.
I feel like the stairs are our best bet, to be honest.
Down.
I
Still-
have a feeling that there's a whole bunch of other stuff over here.
So let's go down here.
Is it
I would rather
cracked
go
at
down.
all, or is it completely?
I would rather clear
like
this
there's
level
absolutely
before
Right,
we
no...
go down.
Because you don't want people
I
coming
mean,
behind you.
he pushed it,
Mhm.
and
There's something.
it gave, but there's something behind it.
Yeah, there's
Like, so is there like any space between the door? Like, could someone stick a knife or pin through?
Sure.
Okay, I do that. What happens?
You mean like where
In
the
the
door is
crack.
open?
Yeah,
Like in the crack of the door?
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
and I don't feel anything,
Hmm.
just like air. So it's on the other side. Okay.
it's
Yeah.
obviously something propped against the door.
Yeah, somebody
Mm.
shoved the filing cabinet against it.
Or body.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, so we're gonna go back on paper, cooperate. We're gonna go back up and around, and we're gonna go to here, and we're gonna go that way.
And you're gonna go
That way.
west.
Yes.
This way. Yeah, 'cause those two areas do intersect at one point, it looks like.
Mhm.
I have a feeling that this area is much larger than we anticipated.
It might be, but I also get this sense that there are multiple levels here.
I do too,
So-
but I don't want to go down before we explore it.
Yeah,
I
fair
agree.
enough.
Let's clear the level and then go down.
I'm forgetting all of my Diablo training right now.
Yeah.
So, clear
That's
the
just
level
exactly
first.
what I was thinking.
Clear this level first, then go down.
Oh, I want to get to the cow level.
Oh, there is no cow level. There is no cow level.
And there's cake.
It's video games, so.
Right. Oh my god, and
See, all the Diablo fans out there get it.
Forget it, Jake. It's Diablo.
I play lots of Diablo.
Oh, the cow level.
I don't know what they're talking about. You seriously don't know about the cow
The
level?
secret cow level that
Oh my
absolutely exists in Diablo and no one's ever found.
That everybody says does not exist, but it does. I swear to you it does.
Oh, no,
So let me see your map.
He doesn't know about the cow level.
Oh, right, wait, wrong eye. There you go.
Right.
I don't know about the bovine bardiche and the infernal rings and the key wardens and all of these things.
I don't know
And the cake.
all of this.
I don't know what you're talking about. The cake is a lie.
The cake is not alive. The cake is there.
Well,
You just it's
I'm
with,
ready to go
it's
home.
with the cow level. Sorry, am I kicking you?
no, someone playing with the skirt.
It's me.
Oh, okay.
My-
I figured.
The hallway continues down and
Ends in a door?
yes.
Of course it
Ends
does.
in a door.
Listen at door.
Mm-hmm. You know what, I will jump in on this too, because
I rolled an 18.
I got a fairly good perception. But he probably heard more than I did.
You hear something, but you're not sure what it is.
I mean, with my pluses, I made it.
You heard something.
Okay.
But you're not sure what. It's
Is
it's
there a
some
lock?
sort of
Chanting?
almost like it could be chanting.
I was gonna say, Atlas, what's Atlas's bonus to perception? 10. Oh wow, never mind. Though. Shit, I have no business jumping in that.
Is it locked? Is it locked? Is there a lock on this door?
There is a lock on the door.
Is the door locked?
It is locked.
26?
Yeah, rogue shit.
You open it,
Clickety clack.
and beyond is a 10-foot square. Where is this? Where are you? Oh, there it is. I see. Let's see, it's like that.
Sneaky snack. Get in the shack.
Is a 10-foot square room with stone staircase going up, circular around the side of carved into the side.
Huh. No.
Do I still hear something from above?
Mm-hmm.
Is it more clear now than on the other side of the door?
I have a question.
Okay.
We remember there was a hotel that some of those other people went in. Were we in an area where there's a lot of things like that would be above this? Like, I mean, if we're going up, we're only a floor down, it seems. If we're going to go up, we're going to open up into some kind of a building or establishment. We have to be really careful what happens here. We should.
Does it sound like conversation?
I think that's supposed to be conversation. It's hard to tell. There's something through the door.
No, I'm concerned about what this is.
Yeah.
Well, shall we pursue the other avenues first?
Yes.
We also know that there's light down here and someone cooking.
Alright.
So let's check
Okay, we're gonna leave that be for now. We're gonna come back down this hallway.
Oh, what do you want to do? You
No,
wanna
I was
keep the
gonna
door
say-
open?
I was
You wanna
gonna,
do something?
no, I was gonna say keep the door closed.
Okay.
Just don't lock it.
Yeah, when we go back out, we're gonna close the door. And then we're gonna come back around this way and go here.
Okay.
Here, let's see if I can show the camera
Yes.
the
throwing it out of focus.
Yeah, right.
No, we're good. Solid.
Noise.
Did you say moist?
No, I said noise.
Oh, also moist.
It is also moist.
The moist is back that way.
Right.
We're
Oh, don't
Need
you
to move it
dare.
down there.
okay. So
What?
you are.
Do you
That's
not care
that's
for the
leaving that
word
sort of
moist.
Yeah.
chapel
Yeah, it's right by the beginning.
area.
I don't get it myself.
We're closing this door.
It's just a word.
Like scunthrope.
Like what?
Scunthrope. I can't remember what it means.
Scunthropy?
No, it's just the word scunthrope.
Scunthrope, I
It
don't
sounds like more. It's one of those words that sounds more dirty than it really is.
Like kumquat.
Yeah, kumquat's another
Yeah,
one.
I know.
Mostly because they have dirty words hidden in there for your discerning ears.
What?
What?
Where? What?
Yes, quat. In
Okay. What's that?
The person just ran by ducking to be on the camera. But low put you all on camera.
That's really funny.
Smile, you're on candid camera.
It would be better to jump over.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Or climb over it, do like some sort of
Trying to
stealth.
make notes on
American
belly
Ninja
crawl.
Warrior over the
Right.
over that thing.
Do a belly
Creative,
crawl, you
folks.
Oh yeah.
That might have gone up, like you said, maybe that's a different way in. That's
Yep.
Like a secret passage from another establishment or
I mean,
something.
in 20 years,
Yeah.
it's possible there was a lot of this here, and they could have added a couple of.
I'm almost certain
New
that's what
entrances.
it
I
did.
believe that is the
fair.
origin of our, at least part of the tunnel to our dark cavern.
well, there was that one area that was cut into the wall.
Yes.
That's-
Maybe they're adding more, or maybe that goes somewhere.
You appear to be a very industrious little group.
It ends in a door.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess.
Listen at the door. 17. 16.
Mm-hmm. 16. Bless their heart.
Oh, bless them. Bless them.
You hear something from inside.
Conversation?
No, it's not. It's not talking. Could be something moving around inside, maybe.
That's the dog knocking.
Maybe.
Is there a lock on this door?
There is a lock on the door.
Is the door locked?
It is locked.
25.
Okay. You unlock the door.
Open the door slowly.
Okay. There's a. It looks like it's a. All these rooms were probably used for storage at one time or other, but it looks like it's a medium-sized room that you're opening up into, and there does seem to be a light source inside.
Do I see the source
Bring the
of the
hood down
voice?
on the lantern if I can.
Hmm?
Can I bring the hood down on the lantern? Is it hooded?
No.
It was a lamp, wasn't it?
Oh, it's a lamp.
Yeah, like one of those.
How big is the room?
You open the door.
Yeah.
It's let me see. It's 20 by 10, but let me. Oh,
Yeah.
where is it? Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and when you open the door, you hear somebody go, "Ah!"
Oh Jesus.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, mother.
Yes!
Oh,
Finally!
Oh, that's the perfect
Natural
initiative
20
start.
on initiative.
Oh,
Freaking love it.
my
The natural
laser.
opposite of that.
Hey, alright.
Oh,
Ten.
wow, I got real good. I rolled an 18 on the die, plus not 27.
Jesus.
27.
27.
Well, at this point,
Like
18.
says it's a four.
I mean, who's in the room? Atlas, basically.
I-
Well,
I'm right behind
We
Atlas.
were all like going together.
Well, I get it,
I mean, he was in the room,
18.
but yeah.
Analyst is in the room.
But there's right. So I'm saying, but so that noise is coming from
Okay.
is in the room
I
with
hear
Atlas.
Yeah.
Right.
What's making said noise?
There's a tall man that's charging you with a sword in his hand.
And I attempt to place my sword in his belly.
This is our marching order. So it's Atlas, then me, then
Right.
Arslan.
Okay.
Well,
So
yeah,
you got.
so it would go.
Well, but I'm saying it's.
I'm
In other words,
being
you're all out there. This is going on in here. So I mean, I get.
Yeah.
I'm saying in the actual place where the thing's going on.
Right.
There's only so much space.
It's
at one
basically
time.
Atlas and the guy. So, but that having been said, so you guys all hear what happened, and so as you're able to.
I probably see it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Because he pushed the door open, and
He's
then
right in front of me.
right, and then and that's when the guy charged him.
What's going on up to the front?
Well, you hear it, right, obviously.
Yeah.
So, but your initiative is before the guys. So,
natural 20.
okay.
There you go.
That sounds like a belly.
There you go.
A blade in the belly.
8 points.
Okay. Well, he's
Not doing well.
you hit him.
That's a 23 for me on initiative, by the way. So either way, you're going first.
It's a natural 20. You said double damage?
Did you roll a natural 20
Yeah.
to hit him? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, is
So
that
that's a critical hit.
yeah?
So
Okay.
You roll 2 times. You roll your damage dice twice.
Okay.
Take the best.
No, you
Oh.
add them up,
Oh, you do have.
and then you add your bonus damage.
Okay. 5, 6, 11 points.
Okay. He screams out in pain. You see blood spatters out everywhere, and
Damn.
he jumps back and curses you.
Oh shit.
What do you do?
cursed.
I run into the room past Atlas, and I am going to use a superiority die to do a fainting attack.
Why are you fainting? Are you scared?
And then I get to roll with advantage. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so now he's going to take a bunch of damage. 96 plus 1d8 plus 6. He is going to take 13 points of damage.
How much did you do before?
11.
You did 11.
So
Okay.
he's taken 24 points of damage.
Okay.
And now I'm in his face, sword, and scimitar, and shield.
Right. He has a crazed look in his eyes, and he snarls at you through broken, blackened teeth, and and his sword.
Does he miss?
He misses.
Okay, I riposte. I use a superiority die. I get to make an attack against him. Oh, that's crap. I miss.
You rolled a 2. Well, there you go.
Do I go before? Or
Well, I'm
is
pretty
that
sure
you
it
in?
would be me, I guess, right now. Yeah. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna use however much of my 50 feet of movement I have to use to get up in there with them and get up in the guy's face. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a swing with my bow staff. At
Well,
first.
it's not. You're not going to be able to. There's really not enough room. Well, hold on a
It's
second.
10 by 20. You said, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be enough room.
The doorway entrance isn't though.
I mean,
Right?
he's not standing in the doorway. He's not. Who would be standing in the doorway then?
I was next.
I mean, I could squeeze past you. I could,
You
right?
could, I guess. I mean,
No.
try not to knock the lamp out of my hand.
Yeah.
Catch it
Oh
on
no!
fire.
We have created problems.
But I rolled a natural 1,
Okay.
so I could be bungling in your way, or not.
I mean,
That's
you know,
true.
You're probably capable of getting around.
That's
that.
fair. Do you want me to roll a check for that, or?
Nah.
Yeah, I
I don't
do.
know. That's up to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me not
okay,
GM
so
the
what?
game
So
for
what am I?
you.
So what am I rolling for this then?
Huh?
Excuse me, I
Make
think
a
you're confusing this with a certain other
Acrobatics?
game.
yeah. Make an acrobatics roll with a hard difficulty.
Okay. 16.
You needed a 20.
And I'm turning. There's somebody in here.
Okay, so you're entangled with him trying to get out because of his
And
critical.
I'm trying to get
illness.
out of the way.
You said my
It's like that
initiative was
weird
higher
thing we
than
both
his.
like keep going the same way.
Correct.
So he's engaged with Lexi, so I'm gonna do a backstab since he's
Okay.
22.
That'll hit.
Asura, smite my enemies!
Yeah, well,
Oh, he's yelling.
3,
For sure. You could also get sneak attack damage.
Yeah,
with
there
that.
it is.
Yeah, there it is.
8, and then the 14, 22.
To hit?
No,
No,
damage.
Oh, damage?
Yeah.
Okay, he falls over.
He removes his kidney.
Yeah.
He doesn't stab him in it. He cuts it out.
With surgical
Pulls
precision.
it out.
Yeah, that sneak attack damage, that's nasty stuff.
He crumples over in a heap.
Yeah, it's
In a bloody heap.
natty.
Well, we've discovered the place isn't abandoned.
You and
We've also
Um,
discovered Asura doesn't have a great deal of power to smite his enemies.
Perhaps it is a long-term curse.
you and
40 to 50
And Arslan will
moves down the line.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. It's like after, it's like I finally rush in.
so what do you do?
Around.
I search the body.
What? What about the room?
I'm searching. I'm searching.
Are there more people getting ready to attack us in the room? That would be a good question to ask at this point.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you would have noticed by now.
That is very roguish of you. You're searching the body first.
I'm searching the
Before
room.
searching, knowing what's in the room.
Yeah.
Hey, man. You know, he knows the value here.
You guys take care of the rest of them. Thanks.
You find there is there's a lot of personal effects in here, and
While they're looking at them, I search the body. No, I
I was like, come on, man.
While they're looking at him looking at him, I'm going to search him first. Gonna get a
found
comic.
I'm gonna search Capri.
you find the biblo in my.
you find there's a
You find a certain amount of
among the make a
Where the map went now.
Investigation.
yeah, an investigation roll, please.
We want
There
the
it
map.
Found it.
Oh shit, we're lost.
It's like,
I think it
15.
was. I think it was asking for investigation there.
Yeah, investigation, please.
15.
All of us.
Oh well.
Those of you who
whoever's searching.
I'm searching the body. Do you need me to roll it? I invest-
19 plus. That's
Okay.
the roll, the note.
you're searching the body, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said you were searching the body.
No, I said it, and then he gave me crap for it,
And then he did it.
And then he was searching the body.
Nothing on the body.
Right. You find a
note. Good try.
No return.
If dead, return to sender. Oh
you
man.
find a bag like this, a bag that looks like this.
On his person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take it.
Okay.
Open it.
And there's something in it. There is in fact something in it. What the rest of you?
I was searching the room.
Okay, you find a make a history roll, Alice.
Ooh, I rolled a 19. 23.
Okay, nice. You find a very old looking a large manuscript that is bound together with metal and bone and horn snaps and various bindings to keep it together.
Is this what you guys are looking for?
I don't know, is it?
And you recognize the writing, having spent some time in that part of the world. As well, you can't read it, but you recognize some of the characters as having seen them in when you traveled east to Goma.
Can I make out what any of them?
No. but because you don't really read the language, but you recognize it from having been out there.
Okay.
And he says, "Do you recognize this book?"
Was that the book we came for?
Well, you make a history roll.
History.
Can I
Wow,
look
that's-
as well?
that's amazing.
Hmm?
Oh, 14.
Okay. I mean, you definitely recognize the language as being. You recognize the language as being Proto Gomes / Gandharan.
Uh-huh. So could I read parts of it? Maybe make out something.
What were you asking, Sabine? I'm sorry.
If I can.
Do you speak Gomes or Gandharan?
I do not, but I know that it was. I have been informed that the Book of Illic was written in the proto-language of ancient Zul and transcribed and preserved by scribes in Gandhara and Goma. So I imagine that the archpriest would have showed me what Gomes would look like. So here, if you see this.
Nah, maybe
No?
not. No.
Okay. He would have described it to me, anything, given me any indication of what
Oh,
to look
well,
for.
yeah, this sounds like the book. I mean, he would have
Yeah.
told you what it looks like. I
Yeah,
mean, this
okay.
thing it's fastened together. It's got catches and, wood made out of, like I said, bone and horn. And roll a d20. You have a very, tell me what you roll.
Do
Okay.
you want to find the name?
5.
Oh,
Okay.
we can.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't,
I mean,
yeah,
we found
it's
the
hard
name,
to
but
read.
do we?
I was gonna say my
wanna
highest
squash
stat
this?
would not come into play here, and that's
Sure,
can.
understood. I
If
mean,
we
this is
find
these
it-
are very. This is really old. You recognize the.
If we don't,
the-
they'll come back to haunt
You
us.
recognize the
language.
the language, and
So-
you
so
recognize it
Mage,
as
if
some
we
sort
don't
of
find them, he'll
a
come back to
proto
haunt us.
script.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
this book here is
Do we believe this to be
arguably
the
it's got to
book
be several
of
hundred
which
years
we
old.
seek?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dead body. Is this someone who we recognize? Is this someone we've seen before?
You have not seen him before.
Does he have any religious symbols of this sect or?
What's in the pouch?
It's a stone. It's a round stone with a luster. It's
Do I recognize the material?
white and lustrous. It's I mean, I would describe it as pearlescent.
So I was about to ask, is it a pearl?
And what were you asking, Alice? I'm sorry.
Oh, did he have any religious? Did he have any
Religious iconography and stuff like that on it.
religious symbols? I mean, was he some sort of
Make a perception roll.
priest or?
Be cool if he had like a scarification on.
Yeah, right.
19?
He has a tattoo of a lidless eye on the inside of his wrist.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
That's kind of culty, right?
Yeah,
Very good.
I'd say
It's
so.
also, for those who aren't in the cult, to know who it is.
see if we see all brother.
I would like to
Got a scar on his taint.
This is a bit
Really
more.
looking
Wow.
for
This is a bit more
How
thorough.
deep are you
This is a
looking
take-
here?
This is
Not
a
much
take
of a-
20.
Yeah.
This is a take 20 or something.
Wow.
Mhm.
I would like to
Prodigy
to do bardic inspiration on Thunderpalm and ask him say some inspiring words to get him to attempt to decipher the script further.
I can certainly try.
So, is there a bonus? Does he get a?
Basically, it
It's-
adds an extra die
Yeah.
onto. It's like a D6 right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So
And
basically,
I
I just
will-
roll with the D6 added on.
You roll a. So the
So I
D6
roll-
is
I roll-
it's a bonus. The D6 is a
Correct.
bonus to the D20.
Yeah.
Correct.
Basically.
Nicely done. All
Okay.
right. Good
So that
Think,
is
brother.
going to be 8 plus 6. That's
14.
14 plus what am I adding? Anything?
Probably intelligence.
Probably intelligence. Oh, 15.
15 altogether.
Yeah, 15 altogether.
Think, brother. Surely you've read your country's history.
I mean, I
Like a
definitely
good-
know this language, but
Like a
I
good
mean, I
history.
know of this language.
Think
I mean-
back. Think back into your early studies. You're so smart.
Thwack.
I know that you can do this.
Don't get that valve out. Thwack.
So okay. So make
Absolutely.
Make another
Let's
roll.
see.
Make another roll.
Another roll? Do I
Yeah.
add the d6 to this one or no?
No.
Okay. 13.
Okay.
Plus whatever.
You make what appears to be on the overleaf of the book what could be the word or a name, Eluk.
Eluk.
That's the book we're looking for.
Well then,
The book of Eluk.
Okay,
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm leaving. You put it in my little pouch thing, or sling thing with that other book.
Here's the thing, we're not done here.
You're not done here. I'm taking the book back to the Archpriest.
What about the mage? What about the intelligence that you
So great.
thought was so
Yes,
highly
I'm
valued?
sure that at some point we can gather that. The rest of you are welcome to go on. I'll be bringing the book back to the Archpriest now. Along with that thing that you found.
What thing?
The thing that was in the pouch.
What thing?
The Archpriest wants all of the artifacts that...
What makes
The
you think that I'm
sectors.
incapable
Can I
of
make an
bringing it
insight
back
check?
myself?
Well, what if you die here?
I want to make an
Don't
insight
you want
check
to make
on
sure that
Sabine
it's
here.
brought to the Archpriest?
I do.
Hold that thought. Just
But there's hundreds of artifacts in the room we left.
no. Let
They can't all
go
be
ahead,
done.
Anupam. Make your insight check.
It's like 13.
Okay.
Just trying to, like, are you really just trying to get out of here very quickly, or that's what I'm trying to or
She
you
said
or
she
you have any
wants
other?
to take the book back to the Archpriest.
Okay.
That's
You
what she
take the
said.
book back, and I will take this back. And if you are waylaid between here and the ziggurat, I will find your body, and I will bring the book back.
How considerate of you. Thank you, friend. I'll take
Or
the same
maybe
thing.
I should hold on to the book because, if anything, I am the fleetest of foot of everybody here. I think.
But you intend to stay. I intend
Is
to
this
move
really
directly back
where
to the
we've gone?
Archpriest.
To bickering over who's going to bring it?
There should be no
And
bickering.
when?
I'm going now to the Archpriest with the book.
Why would you do that? There's plenty of risk with you not being with us, but there's also the risk of this mage is potentially a threat to the church, to the city, to whomever.
Indeed.
And we
I
should find
trust
and
you
deal
to
with
find
that
him.
now.
What help can I possibly give you? against
Sabine,
him?
can I ask you something?
Hmm.
Have you ever, in the short time that we've known each other, have you known me to be anything but honest?
I don't know you at
3%.
all, I'm afraid.
You're right, just like I don't know you.
Hmm.
So, in that sense of me being honest, I'm going to honestly tell you I don't trust you to take that book.
I'm sorry you don't trust me.
So we're at a bit of an impasse here.
I don't see why. I'm bringing the book back to the Archpriest now.
But are you really?
Well, you'll certainly know when you return.
Yes, and I'd like to know that it made it back there.
I'm bringing the book to the Archpriest.
Well, brother, the answer is clear. Either you let her go, or you strike her to take the book. It is.
Or I could go with one other person who can keep an eye on me. Someone Anupam trusts and feels that this person won't betray them, and we can keep an eye on and babysit Sabine. The only person who's actually been with the Archpriest this whole time, instead of the rest of you.
Yes, and remind me again, what is your relationship to the Archpriest?
I'm his amanuensis.
And you enjoy your job?
As much as anyone enjoys their job.
I don't enjoy my job. So I'll tell you what.
I have no care for that book. If she wants to take the book, let her go.
Anupam,
I do.
look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I am taking the book to the Archpriest. I am sincerely taking the book now to the Archpriest. I have no other motives.
So, how about we take the book to the Archpriest?
You wish to accompany me?
Yes, I do.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But me and whoever is accompanying me are going to the Archpriest now with the book.
All right.
Would anyone else like to argue or stop me?
Everybody roll a perception.
This is
Oh,
what I was
this is
afraid
how-
of.
This is how it starts.
Ah.
14.
Wow.
12.
3.
16.
Passive perception?
15.
No.
Just.
I'm gonna answer on his behalf.
Tell me if you passively perceive this, Adam.
Not,
Unless he's trying to stealth, in which case. Yeah.
So
not cheap.
If someone was stealthing up on us.
all of you hear at the same time, "By Asura, what have you done?" And that's where we'll stop for this week. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next week for more Crosscodes with Scott, of course, and we will not be running Zealots of Zul next week. We're taking a break, but we will have a fantastic game still in the same time slot with Gloomhaven. Thanks very much for joining us. Thank you very much for subscribing. More stuff to come. And please go to patreon.com/ZealZaddy and get your free copy of the Zulian calendar.
You gotta know when to harvest your barley.
Exactly.
Woo!